Okay, hello everyone. I am back with another video. This video we will do the Addmaths trial, and this is the SBP paper. Okay, so it's the SBP Sekolah Asrama Penuh Trial 2024, Matematik Tambahan. This is Kertas 2. Okay, so let's skip the formula and start with question 1. Okay, question number 1. Let's start. Okay, a straight line with gradient of 1. Okay, so this is the m lah, gradient. So I'll just write here m equals 1. Okay, wait. So m equals 1. Cuts the y-axis at 0, 7. So if I say cuts the y-axis at 0, 7 means the y-intercept is 7. So y-intercept, we call it c. So the c is 7. Okay. And you can see the x coordinate is 0, right? So yeah, memang macam tu. Y-intercept, dia punya x mesti kosong. Okay. So that is why the x coordinate is 0 lah. Because this is the 7 is the y-intercept, right? And also if you have the gradient and y-intercept, you can already find the equation of straight line. Because the equation of straight line is y equals mx plus c, and the mc you already have already, right? Okay, but let's see what they want first. The straight line touches the curve x squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 8 at point K. So point K is the intersection point, and then find the coordinates of point K. All right, if you want to find the intersection point of the line and the curve, you just have to take the straight line equation and the curve equation, do simultaneous. That's all. So let's write down the equation of straight line. It will be y equals mx plus c. The mx plus c they already give you, so it's very easy. It will be y equals mx, which is 1x. Okay, but 1 tak payah tulis lah. And then plus c is plus 7. So this is your first equation, right? First equation. And then the second equation will be the equation of curve. X squared plus y minus 3 squared equals 8. And since we are finding the intersection point of so we are just doing the simultaneous equation lah. Okay, if you look at this two equation, one of these equation is a linear equation. Okay, it means the highest power is 1 lah, linear, and the other one is non-linear. So for this type for kalau dia bagi satu linear satu non-linear, you will always do substitution method, penggantian cara. Okay, cara penggantian. So what I will do is I will start with the linear equation, which is equation 1, and try to jadikan y single or x single. But if you look at equation 1, the y is already single, right? It's already single on this side. So I don't have to pindah anything. I can straight away sub inside already. So straight away sub 1 into 2. Okay, because the y is already single, so just sub inside. So it becomes what? X squared plus big bracket y minus 3 squared equals to 8. And this y I already replaced with x plus 7. X plus 7. Okay. Okay, now what I will do is I will take x plus 7 minus 3, which is x plus 4, and then square, and then here is x squared, and then here is 8. And now I have to expand this. All right. Okay, I know some student maybe they will expand this first. Right? It means they expand the y minus 3 square, jadikan dia y square minus 6y plus 9, then only sub with x plus 7. Okay, can also. If you want to expand, then baru ganti, boleh juga. Okay, but I ganti first lah. Okay, so I end up here now, so now I can expand. So it becomes x square. Okay, how to expand this? X plus 4 square means x plus 4 times x plus 4. So the correct way to expand is you have to take x square, okay, x square, and then you have to take x times 4 times 2, which is positive 8x. And then the last step is to take the 4 square, which is 16, right? So the method is take x square, and then x times 4 times 2, and then 4 square like this, equals to 8. Okay? Alright, ini cara betul untuk kembang. Lepas tu, awak kena, you nampak ada square, right? So when you see square in your equation means this is a quadratic, and you have to move everything to one side equals 0. Means you have to susun jadi general form lah. So x square plus x square is 2x square, and then 8x, 16 minus 8 is positive 8 like this, and then equals 0. And now you can use your calculator to get the x answer. But before that, kalau boleh kecilkan, kita kecilkan. So 2, 8, and 8, all these numbers can divide by 2. So divide by 2, 4x, divide by 2, 4 equals 0. And then now you can press calculator and you will get 2 answer. Right? Okay, if you press calculator, you will get negative 2. And your calculator only give you one answer. All right, if they give you only one answer means 2 equal roots. 2 equal roots means you have to write the same answer 2 times. Okay, you cannot just write one time. So remember, if you get one answer, it means you have to write the same answer. You have to repeat your answer 2 times like this. Okay, you kena tulis 2 kali. And then don't forget to write this baris, bracket. And you have to, and what you have to write inside the bracket, you have to pindah balik in reverse. So the minus 2, kalau you pindah balik, dia jadi x plus 2. Same thing here, minus 2 pindah balik x plus 2. And if you try to expand this, you will really get back the x squared plus 4x plus 4. Okay, it means you did it correctly lah. Okay, so after you get your x answer, now you can find your y answer. Don't forget they're asking for coordinates. Coordinate mesti ada x, y kan? So how to find the y? You can sub back into equation 1. Okay, your x got how many answer? Got one answer only, right? -2. Because the other one is just repeating, this both answer is the same. So x only have one answer. So your y also will only have one answer. So y equals to x plus 7, and your x is -2 plus 7, which is 5. And now you get your coordinate k already. So what is your point k? -2, 5. And what they ask you to find? Point k. So that is the answer. Okay. Okay, what if your x got two different answer? It means two different roots. Then your y also got two different two different answer lah. It means you have two intersection point lah. Okay, but this one got one intersection point only, right? Because you only end up with one answer. It means there's only one intersection point. Okay. All right. So this is both my 5 marks. So yep, that's all. Done. Okay, let's do number 2 now. Number 2 says solution by scale drawing is not accepted. Okay, this one not important, tak penting. So I'll just skip this. Diagram 1 shows triangle ABC. Okay, let's check. Yes, ABC, I see it. Point D lies on AC. Let's check. D lies on AC. Yes, correct also. Okay, soalan A. Okay, I'll do it here. Point P move. Okay, the moment you see this word move, then you know this is a locus question already. Confirm. Because only locus you will see only locus question you will see this word move, right? And if you already know P is the moving point, it means later you will let point P become XY. Okay, it means point P is not a fixed point, it's a moving point, point yang bergerak. That is why the titik P punya coordinate is XY. Okay, let's see how the point P moves. It moves such that distance from A is always 4.5 units. Find the equation of locus P. It means point A is the fixed point, 2,5, but point P is a moving point, but the distance from the distance PA is always 4.5 units. It means P will be a circle surrounding A. Okay, P will be a circle surrounding A, and the radius will always be 4.5. That's what it means, right? And they ask you to find equation of locus P. It means you are finding the equation of circle. So how you do that? Use the distance formula, right? So first thing first, let's write down the distance first. So the PA distance has to be fixed at 4.5 units. So now you will use the distance formula, square root, and what's the distance formula? Square root bracket square plus bracket square equals to 4.5 lah. And this bracket you have to masuk point P and point A. Okay, the formula is x minus x, so x minus 2 lah. And then the other one is y minus 5 like this. All right. And after you expand all this, you will get the answer. Okay, first I will peanut the square root to the other side first. Okay, so it becomes 4.5 square, and if you use your calculator, you will get 81 over 4. Okay, make sure you write in fraction. Yeah, it's because later you have to simplify this, so it's better to write in fraction. Okay, and then the x minus 2 square you can expand. How to expand? First you take x square, and then x times -2 times 2, and then -2 square. Sekali lagi, x square dulu, so x square. X times -2 is -2x, but have to times 2, so -4x. And then the last step is -2 square, which is +4. Okay, this is the correct way to expand. Next one, same thing. You take y square, and then y times -5 times 2. Okay, so -5y times 2 is -10y, and then the last step is -5 square, which is +25. And then the whole thing equals to 81 over 4. And now we just have to arrange it in general form, and then you get the answer already. Okay, when you write equation of circle, you will always write x squared followed by y squared followed by x followed by y, and then followed by number, and then equals 0, right? So the number you have 4, 25, 81 over 4. So you can use your calculator. You press 4 plus 25, which is 29, but have to minus 81 over 4. Why minus? Because you plus, when you move there, become minus, right? And if you press this, you will get 35 over 4. Okay? Okay, but if you stop here, tak berapa cantik lah you punya jawapan sebab ada fraction, right? So your answer doesn't look so nice because have fraction. So what you can do is you can take everything times 4 to hilangkan the 4. Okay, to get rid of the fraction, you can do this, everything times 4. Sebab bila you darab 4, then the 4 boleh matikan. You can matikan the 4. So it become 4x square plus 4y square times 4 lah, just everything times 4. Minus 16x times 4, -40y. And this one times 4, the 4 cut already. So left with 35 equals 0. So this is your final answer. And this is actually the equation of circle surrounding A. Okay, the equation of circle P lah, locus P. Okay, okay, that's all. Now let's do B. B says given that 2AD equals 3DC. Okay, I always teach my student, if they give you like this, you have to baca macam rainbow. Okay, AD the ratio 3, DC ratio 2. This is how you baca the ratio. Okay, so how you label this? AD ratio is 3, so go to AD, write 3, and make sure you circle, bulatkan. Ratio always circle. DC is 2, so go to DC, write 2. Alright. Okay, and then they say find the value of P and Q. Okay, I think it's referring to this P and this Q. So how to do? Okay, confirm you have to use this ratio to do one. Yeah. Confirm you have to use this ratio 2, 3 to find PQ. But how? Use what formula? Okay, for my own student, I always teach them. I said, I call this the point C formula. Okay, point C formula. Okay, I call it the point C formula, but it's not always point C one. Sometimes it can be point F, point G, point H. Depends on the question one. So in this case, it's actually point D, because point D is the point in between. All right. And how the point C formula works, you have to darab silang. It means you have to take the point at the end, point yang dekat hujung lah. So point dekat hujung is A and C, and you have to darab silang. And always darab ratio yang jauh. So in this case, the ratio yang jauh is 3. Okay. And then point A darab 2. You cannot take point A times 3, because if you take point A times 3, point C times 2, then tak ada silang already. Okay, tak ada silang already. That's why the keyword here is darab silang. Always darab ratio yang jauh. Point C times 3, and then point A times 2. Then what about point D? Point D is your answer lah. Point D is your answer. This is your answer, right? So I will write here point D equals, and then I will do the darab thing. Okay, this is the formula. Okay, so I will draw something like this: bracket, line, comma, line like this. And the method is you have to darab silang. So sekali lagi, point C times 3, and then point A times 2. Right? Okay, let's ambil point C times 3. So it will be negative 4 times 3, and then P times 3. So just write here negative 4 times 3, and then P times 3. But make sure the P times 3 you write here, because P is the Y coordinate. So of course you will write at the Y coordinate. Now let's take point A times 2. So 2 times 2 you will write here, because that's the X coordinate. And then 5 is the Y coordinate. So when you times 2 you will write here, because it's the Y coordinate. And then nothing in between means plus. Okay, and then bawah, what you have to write down here, just take the ratio, add together. 3 plus 2, 3 plus 2. Okay. Okay, for those yang tak faham apa saya tengah buat, I'm using the formula that we learned in Form 4. The coordinate geometry chapter, we learn about this formula. Okay. Yeah. So I'm just using that formula. Okay, point D, we already have it. Okay. Walaupun dia tak lengkap, it's not complete, but you can put it. Point D is Q negative 1. And this one, we can just use calculator to simplify this. Negative 12 plus 4, negative 8 divide 5 is negative 8 over 5. Done. For the other one, it will be what? It will be 3P. 3 times P is 3P. And then plus with 5 times 2, which is 10 over 5. Okay. Okay, sampai sini, the right hand side cannot do already. The left hand side also cannot do already. But if you tengok sini, in between dia tulis equal. It means whatever I write here and whatever I write here is exactly the same thing. So you can compare, you can banding, right? So when you compare, you will take the X coordinate, compare with the X coordinate. So Q equals negative 8 over 5. And then Y coordinate with Y coordinate. So negative 1 equals 3P plus 10 over 5. And how you find P? You just pindah lah, just pindah. But you have to pindah 5 first. So 3P plus 10. Negative 1 times 5, which is negative 5. And then now becomes 3P, move the 10, become minus 10. Negative 5 minus 10, negative 15. So your P will be negative 15 divided 3, negative 5. So this is your P answer, and this is your Q answer. And they are asking for P and Q, right? So that is the answer. Sudah siap? Okay. Okay, let's continue. Okay, soalan C, let's read. Find the equation of lines passes through point B. Okay, find equation of line passes through point B and perpendicular to the line AB. Okay, let's try to draw out the line they want. I will use red color. So they want you to find equation of a new line, of another line that passes through point B. So this is point B, but it has to be perpendicular to AB. So AB is this line. So it has to be perpendicular, means 90 degrees. So I think lebih kurang macam ni lah. So this red color line is the line I want to find now. Okay, I want to find the equation of this red color line. So it will pass through point B, which is 0, 8, and it will be perpendicular 90 degree with the AB line, right? Okay, whenever you find equation of straight line, you will always use this formula. Y minus y1 equals gradient x minus x1. Okay, actually you can use another formula, which is the y equals mx plus c. Can also. Okay, can also. But in Addmaths, this is the Addmaths method. Y minus y1 equals gradient x minus x1. Okay. The y equals mx plus c is like the maths punya cara lah, but can also, you will get the same answer. Okay. Okay, let me tell you how to use this formula. This formula, you need to have two information, the gradient and the point. Okay, the x1, y1 is the point. But the point has to be any point yang passes through, right? But if you look carefully here, the point that passes through is actually 0, 8. Okay, the red color line have got passes through point B, which is 0, 8, right? And kebetulan 0, 8 is already the y-intercept. Because you can see that 0, 8, the x coordinate is 0. It means x 8 is actually the y-intercept. This is the pindasan y. So actually, we don't have to use this formula. You want to use can also, but actually, you can straight away, because you already know the y-intercept is 8, right? So you can straight away do y equals mx plus c. But first you need to find gradient first lah. Okay, how to find gradient? You can find gradient of AB first. Find gradient of AB first, and since they are perpendicular to each other, so later you can use the formula m1 times m2 equals -1. So remember perpendicular, m1 times m2 equals -1. Okay, so let's find gradient of AB first. Okay, the red color line gradient later. Let's find the gradient of AB first. So the formula is y minus y, 8 minus 5, over 0 minus 2. And you will end up getting 8 minus 5, which is 3. Okay, and then 3 over -2 is -3 over 2 lah. Okay, this is the m1, but I'm trying to find the m2. So this AB line gradient is -3 over 2. How to find the gradient of the other line? Okay, they are perpendicular, right? So perpendicular means when you take the gradient darab, you get -1. So how to find the other gradient? You just take -1, divide with this -3 over 2. Okay, and there is a fast way to do this. You just take the answer, take the m1 answer, terbalik and tukar tanda. Terbalik means you take the 3 and 2 terbalik jadi 2 over 3, and then tukar tanda jadi positive, and that's the answer. Okay, okay. If you don't understand using this way, I will explain it like this: -3 over 2 times m2 equals -1. So m2 equals to -1 divide with -3 over 2. And if you press calculator, trust me, you'll get this, which is the same as what I write here lah. Okay, so it's the same thing. It's just that I do it fast. Okay, I do it using the fast way. Okay, so what's the fast way? Just terbalik and tukar tanda. Okay, now you have your gradient. Okay, you have your gradient of the red color line, but you still need the y-intercept, right? Y equal mx plus c, and the y-intercept I told you have already, which is 8. So the answer is y equals 2 over 3x plus 8, and that's all. That's the answer. So that's it. Okay. Okay. The reason why I never use the formula y minus y1 equals gradient x minus x1 is because you will get the same answer. You will get the same answer because the gradient you masuk what 2 over 3 ma. And then this one, the x1, y1, you have to masuk point yang ada passes through. So for this case, the point yang passes through is 0, 8. So it will be y minus y, y minus x. So y minus y, which is y minus 8, and this one x minus 0. And trust me, if you do this one, you will get the same. Okay, try to expand 2 over 3x times 0, no need to write because it's 0. So 2 over 3x plus 8, you see the answer is same. Okay, so it's faster to do it like this actually because you already have your gradient and y-intercept. When you have your gradient and y-intercept, automatic, you can terus masuk dalam y equal mx plus c already. Alright. Okay, but if you want to do it this way can also lah. You will end up with the same answer. Okay, but in exam don't do both lah. Just choose anyone. Alright. Okay, I think sudah siap. That's all. Okay, let's continue. This is number 3. Okay, this looks like a circular measure question from 5 chapter 1. Okay, let's read the English. Diagram 2 shows a wild bulan, okay, which is combination of two sector of circle OABC and OPQ with center O. Okay, I see it. OABC is one sector, OPQ is another sector, and they are combined together, right? They are combined together, but they don't have the same radius. You can see the radius is clearly, this one is like very longer, right? Yeah, so they are not the same size. This sector is not same size, but they have the same center, which is O, right? And also I see something here, 61 degree, right? It means here is 61 also. Okay, because when you have a X like this, the opposite angle here mesti sama one. Kalau sini X, sini pun X. Kalau sini Y, sini Y. Okay, kalau dua straight line macam ni, dia mesti sama. Okay, so now I know at least the angle for the sector is 61 for both sector lah. Okay, now let's see what it says down here. Given that the radius of sector OPQ is 10, OPQ sector is this one down here, and the radius is 10. And also, if you OP is also radius, so OP is also 10 lah. Okay, and then AOC is 61. Okay, AOC 61. Okay, this one I sudah tahu. Okay, a circle with center E and radius 8 cm is inscribed in the sector OABC. Okay, what's the meaning of circle center E radius 8 cm inscribed? So this is the circle they are talking about. Center E and the radius is 8 cm, right? It means if I tarik satu line from E to P, it will be 8 cm because this is the radius. If I tarik to M also, it will be 8. If I tarik to N also, it will be 8 because these are all radius, right? And what if I tarik down here? 8 also lah. Okay, one more thing you have to make sure you know this meaning. Inscribe. Okay, what is inscribe? Inscribe means this circle is inside the sector, but also this line they will press on the side of the circle. Okay, it means there will be no empty space here, here, and here. That's what it means by inscribe. Okay, terterap. terterap. It means the circle, these three lines is pressed against the, these three lines is pressed against the circle. Okay, dia macam pressed. Okay, it means there's no empty space here. Okay, it means if you try to shake this, if you try to goyang this, the circle will not move. The circle will not move. Imagine if there is empty space. Imagine there is empty space here. If you try to shake this, the circle will move, right? But if they say inscribe means it will not move, because inscribe means all these three lines will press against the circle. Dia akan apa lekat dekat circle tu, tiga-tiga line ni. So when it's pressed against the circle, it means this is a tangent already. This is a tangent line because it will touches, because this line will touch at the circle at one point, and when it's a tangent line, center tarik to the tangent point will always be 90. So these are all 90 degree. Okay, but please don't put here 90, because this is not a straight line. This is like an arc, right? So then don't write 90 there. Okay, don't put 90 here. Okay, don't do that. Okay, but this one can put 90 because this is a straight line. Okay, this two is the tangent line. Okay, afterwards what it says, straight line OA and OC are tangent to the circle at M and N. uh, OA and AOC tangent to the circle at point M and N. Okay lah, I know it already. When they say inscribe means automatic, it means it's tangent already. So this one useless already. I already labeled the tangent 90 degree, right? From center tarik 90. Okay, now what it says down here. Use pi 3.142. Soalan A, it says calculate perimeter of the whole diagram. Okay, walaupun dia ada bagi shaded region, but they want us to find the perimeter for whole diagram, not the shaded region only, the whole diagram. So first we have to write down how many lines we have to plus first. So I will write perimeter of whole diagram. So I can see that the first line I need to plus is AO, right? But I don't have, right? So I think I need to plus this line, this line, this line, this line, this line, this line to get the perimeter of whole diagram. But the first line I already realized I don't have. So I don't have this line and this line, right? But these two lines sama panjang. But how to find these two lines? So this line is actually the radius of this big sector, right? So how to find the radius of this big sector? Okay. This is 10, but we cannot say this is 10, right? This is definitely not 10. Okay, the small circle radius is 8. So like this is 8, but this is not 8, right? I cannot write here 8. That's not possible. Okay, I think I know how to do it already. So if you want to find the panjang from here to here, you are actually finding the radius of big sector. But do you know OA is radius, OC is also radius, right? What about OB? OB is also radius. OB is also radius. And if you get to know the OB panjang, means you already know the OA and OC panjang, because they are all the same. They are all radius. Okay. And why I use the OB to find OA is because you can use right angle triangle. Okay. Because if you go OA like this, it's very difficult to find the OA panjang. Because even if you, okay, you can use right angle triangle. Okay, because you have this angle here, just take 61 bahagi 2 and you can use sine. But even if you manage to find this this panjang, you can't find this panjang. You have to plus with this. That is why tak boleh guna cara tu. So the correct way is to cut in the middle like this, OB, and find the OB panjang. Okay, and the OB panjang will be same with OA later. Okay, because they are both radius. So how to cut? So when you cut in half, the 61 have to divide 2 lah. So you use calculator to divide 2 and you get 30.5. Okay, so this is 30.5 degree, this is 30.5 degree. And when you cut in half, you can see there's two right angle triangle, right? And we already know from here to here is 8 cm, right? So how to find the radius of the big circle? 8 cm plus with this, right? But did you realize this is actually the hypotenuse of the right angle triangle? You see it, right? So let me draw it out for you in case you don't see it. This is 90 degree, this is 30.5, and this line right here is the line I want to find now, okay, which is OE lah, okay. And then this line I have already, which is 8. Okay, yeah. So what we can do now, how to find this line? Okay, don't use Pythagoras theorem. You cannot use Pythagoras theorem. You can only use Pythagoras theorem when you have the other two sides and you want to find this, then only you can use Pythagoras theorem. You should use trigo, SOHCAHTOA, right? So this is a right angle triangle. You will use the SOHCAHTOA to find this panjang. Okay, Depan angle kita panggil opposite, depan 90 kita panggil hypotenuse H, and then the remaining we call it adjacent. So now you are trying to find the hypotenuse, and you have the opposite, so you should use sine because saw, right? So I'll write sine 30.5 equals to opposite of hypotenuse. The opposite is 8 lah, and then the hypotenuse is the OE panjang. And how you find? You can pindah the OE like this, and then this sine 30 OE pindah jadi darab, and then sine 30.5 pindah bawah jadi bahagi. So divide sine 30.5 like this. And you just press this, you get the answer. 8 divide sine 30.5. Okay, let me press. Okay, my calculator give me 15.76. I don't know you get the same or not, but that is the answer. 15.76 cm. Okay. Okay, the OE panjang is from here to here, 15.76, right? So now we can find out the radius for OB. So the radius for OB will be 15.76 plus 8, which is 23.76. So if O to B is 23.76, O to A is also 23.76, O to C is also 23.76. Because radius tak semestinya ambil sini or sini. Sini pun radius juga. Okay, so that is the answer. Okay, but still not done yet. I still have to find the perimeter, right? So later I can take this one plus 10, and then this one plus 10. But there's two more lines I need to plus, which is the arc, right? But we can find the arc easily because we can use the formula S equals R theta, and you have the R and theta already. Okay, but the theta later have to convert to radian, right? Yeah, because when you use this formula, memang theta kena radian. Okay lah, let's change the theta to radian now. So 61 degree. Okay, they both have the same angle, 61. Okay, so times with pi 3.142 divided 180. Okay, so let's change to radian and see what we get here. 61 times 3.142 divided 180. Okay, my calculator give me 1.065. Okay, red. Okay, 1.065 radian. Okay, now we already know everything. Now we can start to plus already. Okay, the first line I will do is I'll take 23.76, right? And then plus 10. Okay, I times 2 lah. Times 2, right? Because I got two lines here. 23.7 times 2. And then bracket plus with 10 times 2 also. Right? So sudah tambah, sudah tambah, sudah tambah, sudah tambah. And then two more lines, which is the arc. Right? So the next line will be this arc here. So how to find this arc? You will use the formula R theta. R is the radius, which is 23.76. And then times with theta in radian. So the theta is 61, and in radian is 1.065. I already convert just now. So just masukkan saja. And then later you will get the arc. Okay, and then plus one more arc, which is this down arc. So you will do R theta also. R is 10. Times with theta 61, 1.065 also. 065 like this. Okay. Okay, now you just press everything in your calculator. Okay, let's press 23.76 times 2 plus 10 times 2. Okay, my calculator give me 67.52. And then plus with this arc. Okay, what is 23.76 times 1.065? Okay, I'm pressing my calculator. 25.3044. Okay. Okay, now don't round off first. Later final answer baru round off. Okay, what about 10 times 10.65? Sorry, 10 times 1.065. So it'll be 10.65 lah. Okay, now plus everything. So answer plus 10.65 plus 67.52. Okay, I get it already. 103.4744. Okay, 103.4744. Okay. Actually, you want to write 47 also good enough already. Yeah, you just write 103.47. Yeah, it's good enough already. Okay. But since my calculator dia tak bagi, because this case the answer dia tak ada banyak-banyak decimal place. It's just like 4 decimal place and then it stops here already. So why not? So I would prefer just write it lah. Okay. Sebab dia tak ada banyak decimal place kan. Dia stop dekat sini, so tulis je lah. It's just 2 more digits. So just tulis saja. Okay. Tapi kalau dia ada banyak-banyak decimal place then confirm I will write 4 significant figure ataupun 2 decimal place only. Okay, kalau dia ada banyak-banyak lah. Okay, but this question dia bagi cun-cun macam tu, like cantik-cantik stop dekat sini. So I just ambil the whole answer lah. Okay, so I already finished my A. Part A sudah siap. Part B what they want? Area of shaded region. Bukan whole diagram. Tadi tanya whole diagram, sekarang tanya shaded region saja. Okay, so B they want shaded region. Okay, let's look at the shaded region now. So I can find this region area easily. This is too easy already. This one just use the area of sector formula 1/2 R squared theta, right? But the problem is how to find this area, right? How to find this area. Okay, so how can I find this area? Let's see. I can find area of sector, right? So I can find the area of this sector, right? And then minus with what? Minus with this triangle. Okay, correct. Minus with, okay, wait, what if I minus with semicircle? Cannot, right? Because if I minus semicircle, then later this shape, how to find, right? So not recommended. So I think the best way is to get area of sector minus area of triangle minus area of this sector. But we need the angle here, right? To find the area. Do we have the, can we find out this angle right here? The answer is yes, because this is a right angle triangle, and inside the triangle, the total angle is always 180. So let's find out this angle. 180 minus 90 minus 30.5. Let me press. So my calculator give me 59.5, and to find the other side is just 180 minus, and I will get 120.5. Okay, and the other side also 120.5. Okay, okay, but no use lah. I only want this side only. Okay, so how to find this shaded region right here? So let's write down the okay, I will write down uh okay, let's call this X lah. Okay, let's call this region X. So to find the area X here, you have to find the area of sector, okay, but not the whole sector, just until here only. Okay, just until here only. Okay, all right, so it would be area of sector, which is 1 over 2 r squared theta. The radius is 23.76 square, and then the theta in the radian is 1.065 divided 2, because 1.065 is the whole thing, right? But I cut it in half, so in radian will be 1.065 over 2. Okay, and there you go. This is the area of the sector, but I have to minus with what? Minus with area of triangle. Okay, this is a right angle triangle, the other 90-degree. So to find the area, very simple, just 1 over 2 times base times side, and you have the base side already. The base has to be, ayo, okay, the base have to find it, right? Yeah, because the base has to be the 90, the base and height must be the 90-degree, the two lines that form the 90-degree. But I don't have the panjang here. But you can find it using Pythagoras theorem, right? Yeah. But you can also do it another way. If you don't want to use the 1 over 2 times base times height, you can also use the other formula, which is 1 over 2 AB sine C, right? 1 over 2 AB sine C formula, you learn this in Form 4 chapter 9, the segitiga punya chapter. And you can use that. Okay, okay, let's use that. Yeah, because it's better, right? I don't have to find any other lines. And the AB, I will put this and this, these two lines. Because I have these two lines and the included angle. So it will be 1 over 2 times 8 times 15.76, and then times with the sine angle in between, which is 59.5. Sine 59.5. Oh, and by the way, if you want to use this formula, 1 over 2 AB sine C, the angle must be in degree. Sebab kalau dia ada sine cos tan, if you have sine cos tan before the angle, then the angle will be in degree automatic one. Okay, after you take area of sector minus area of triangle, you still have to minus one more sector. So you will use the 1 over 2 r squared theta formula again. But this time your r is only 8, and your theta is 120.5, but have to convert to radian. So I will convert at the side here. I will just do it here lah. So I will just put a box like this. Okay, so 120.5 times, how to convert to radian, times 3.142 over 180. Make sure you show them this all this working, all this side working you have to show in the exam. Okay, okay, so this is a side working, but ada markah juga, so you have to show. Okay, let me press my calculator. Okay, I got 2.103. Okay, 2.103. And of course, this is in radian. Okay, and this one can put it here lah. Okay, I think done already, right? So if you press all these, you should be able to get the area of this region right here. Okay, but later have to plus with the sector down here. Okay, but let's tekan this one first. So I will tekan 1 over 2, 0.5 times 23.76 square times 1.065 divided 2. Okay, wait for me. I'm pressing the calculator. Okay, I get 150.31. Actually, it's like banyak-banyak decimal place lah. So I just write 2 decimal place. Minus This one, okay, 8 divided 2 is 4 times 15.76 times sine 59.5. Okay, I got 54.32. Okay, if I write in 4 cm figure, this is the answer lah. Minus lagi, okay, ini let me tekan 32 times 2.103. Okay, I got 67.296. Okay, now it's time to minus everything. 150.31 minus answer minus 54.32. Okay, if you press correctly, you will get 28.694. 28.694 and write cm square lah. Okay, but this is not the answer, right? This is only the atas punya shaded region. Ada lagi satu shaded region sini, so I have to plus with the sector. So I'll write here area of shaded. It will be the 28.694. Still have to plus with this region right here, and this is very easy. This is just area of sector formula, which is 102 r square theta, and the r for this case is 10 square. The theta in radian is 61 in radian. I already convert here 1.065. Okay. Okay, now I just have to press yang ni lah. So 28 6.574. Okay, now I have to press this. So just press in your calculator. Okay, let me press. Okay, I got 53.25. So now you plus these two numbers together, and then you will get the final answer. Okay, 82.944. Okay, 82.944. So don't forget to write cm square because this is area. So yeah, that's all. That's the answer. Okay, sudah siap. Okay, let's continue. Number 4. This is a differentiation plus integration question. Okay, from 5 chapter. Chapter 2, chapter 3. Yeah. Okay, let's read. Given that d dt t square 2 1 minus t equals 2 gt, find integrate gt. Okay, this type of question, they will tell you differentiate something equals to something. And then want you to find integrate something, right? Okay, when you find integrate gt, confirm you will look at this when you do it, right? But this information, dia cakap pasal differentiate. But the one they want us to find is cakap pasal integrate one. So how can we convert the information? So we need to convert this information supaya dia jadi integrate punya. Then only we can find the integrate punya, right? So how can we convert? Very easy. If they say differentiate this equals to this, it means when you integrate the answer, you get back this lah. So how to write? So differentiate t square over 2 1 minus t equals 2 gt. It means integrate 2 gt dt equals to t square over 2 1 minus t. Okay. Okay, some student might get confused when I write this. So that's why when I explain to my student, I explain like this. If you look at this D stands for differentiate, right? You can actually move this to the other side. But when you move it, it becomes integrate symbol. And then this D cut already. And then this dt, dia duduk bawah mah. So it's like dy lah. It's like dy, is like because duduk bawah. So imagine if you move here, it means it will become like something like darab lah, like you will tulis atas, and then this one cut already. So that is why it left with what? It becomes what? Integrate 2 gt dt, which is exactly what I write here, is equals to whatever I write here lah. So I hope you understand if I explain it like this. So differentiate this gives you this. It means integrate this give back the one before lah. That's all. Okay, but the question want us to find something else. They want to find integrate gt. Okay, the one I have now is integrate 2 gt. So what we can do with the 2? Okay, the 2 and gt, it's times, right? 2 times gt, hubungan dia darab. So kalau darab, you can actually write in front like this. Kalau darab lah, kalau tambah tolak tak boleh. If plus minus cannot, if times you can write it outside like this. Okay, so dia jadi 2 darab integrate gt dt equals to t square over 2 bracket 1 minus 3. Okay, should I expand this? Let's expand it lah. So 2 times 1 is 2 minus 2t, right? Okay, now I will pindah the 2 to the other side. Okay, because they asked for integrate gt dt. So it becomes integrate gt dt. Okay, this 2, when you move it there, it becomes divide 2, right? Okay, divide 2 means you take the bawah punya number times 2. I repeat, bahagi 2 means you ambil the whatever down here punya number times 2. So 2 minus 2t times 2, you get 4 minus 4t. And that is your answer. Sudah siap already? Okay, 4 minus 40. This is the answer. This is the final answer. Okay. Okay, so sudah siap? Okay, let's continue. Okay, soalan B. They says diagram 3 shows part of graph of the curve y equals fx and y equals gx intersecting at point P. Okay, I see it. Y equals fx, y equals gx. They both intersect at point P. But the point P coordinate, we don't know. The x coordinate, they just put A there. So I know the x coordinate is A lah, but the y coordinate, I don't know. So I just put a question mark. I don't know. Okay, now it says fx is 3x squared. They got give you equation. So 3x squared. And then the gx equation also give you 2x squared plus 1. So now can find this point P already lah. Yeah. How to find point P? Point P is the intersection point, right? And if you have both equation, you just do simultaneous. Because when you do simultaneous, then you can get your point P, right? But I think they never asked you that in question 1. In question 2, baru dia suruh cari point P. In question 1, they never ask. In question 1, they asked for something else. They said on diagram 3 above, shade the region represented by integrate A0 gx dx minus integrate A0 fx dx. Okay, let me use red color pen to shade this part first. Right? So integrate 0 to A gx dx. Okay, which one is gx? This one, right? This one is gx. And I want you to take out here dx or dy. Dx. It means you will integrate towards x-axis. Integrate towards x-axis. It means later your region will be in between this red color curve with the x-axis. Okay, but from where? From 0 to A. So this is the region. From 0 to A, integrate towards x-axis. This is the answer. Okay, this red color region is the region for this. Right? Now I will use another color, blue color, shade this part. This time is integrate 0 to A fx dx. Okay, where is fx? This one is fx. Okay, this is fx. But this time they say integrate dx, so towards x also. But from where to where? 0 to A. So it means from here to here lah. So the blue color region is here. Right? So this blue color region is the answer for this. Right? Now tell me, what is the red color region minus the blue color region? Minus, right? They want you to minus. So where do you think is the final answer? The red color region is like this, right? It's like this. Red color region. And then minus with blue color region is only like this. So what happens when you minus? You will end up getting this one, right? It means this is the answer lah. The black color, this one, right? This one is the answer. Okay. So with that being said, I will erase everything now. Because I already know the answer is only here, right? Because the red color minus the blue color you potong this one already, minus. So now I know the answer already. Now I will erase everything and shade the correct answer lah. Okay, so the answer is here. Okay. So the red color, because the red color is this whole thing, is this whole region. And then the blue color is only here. So when you minus this, you dapat balance ini lah. And the soalan asks you to shade, right? So that's the answer. So this is sudah siap already. So number 1, they only ask you to shade. So sudah siap. Okay, I'll do number 2 here. Determine coordinates of point P. Okay, if you got pay attention to what I mentioned just now, I already said you can find point P by using simultaneous. Because point P is the intersection point of these two curves. And they already give you the two curve equation. So you can straight away do simultaneous. Okay, this one is y equals 3x squared. This one also y equals 2x squared plus 1. So you can straight away do y equals y. And then just substitution. Just ganti saja. 3x squared equals 2x squared plus 1 macam ni. Okay, how to find x? Okay, if I'm the one doing it, I will do it like this. X squared dengan x squared boleh buat. So you get 3 minus 2, which is 1x squared, equals 1. And then x equals plus minus square root 1. And you end up with plus 1 or minus 1 lah. Okay, but you will reject the negative answer. Why? Because point P, dia punya x coordinate confirm positive one. Because it is on the right side. Because here is 0. So kalau sini negative 1, tak ada logic one. So confirm this negative 1 reject. Okay. Okay, but why got 2 answer is because there's another. If you extend the line, there's another intersection point, right? But we don't want that. We want the point P, okay? That's why we reject the other intersection point. We want the positive x coordinate one. So now let's take our x1, ganti into any of this equation to find y. So when x equals 1, let's ganti into this one, y equals 3 bracket square, 3 times 1 square, which is 3. So now your point P answer is 1, 3. Okay, 1, 3. It means your A is 1 lah. Yeah, your A is 1. And if you tarik here, this would be 3, right? Okay. Okay, and I think I can erase this already. So let me erase and write nicely. So P is actually 1, 3, right? Okay, sudah siap number 2. Now we can do number 3. Okay, number 3, I will do it down here. Let's read the question first. Okay, what it says, find the volume, isi padu, of revolution in terms of time when the region bounded means surrounded lah, surrounded by the curve gx and the y-axis, and the y equals 5 revolve 360 about the y-axis. Okay, I will use red color pen to tell you which region. Okay. Hey, by the way, the region they want is not this black color shaded region. It's no. Dia bukan mau volume sini. You kena baca betul-betul. They want the region bounded by curve gx, which is this curve, and y-axis, which is this line, y-axis, and the straight line y equals 3, which is this one. Okay. So can you tell me where is the region bounded by these 3 lines? Dekat mana kawasan tertutup? Where is the kawasan yang surrounded by these 3 lines? It's this one, right? So what they want is actually this volume, right? So I will erase all these lines, and I will just put a red color. I'll just call this V for now, right? So what they want is actually this region. They want the volume of this, right? So how to find this? So I will write volume, okay? And let's observe this region first. If you look at this region is actually in between the curve gx and the y-axis, and they already said revolve about y-axis. So for volume, you cannot choose which axis you integrate one. If they say revolve y-axis, automatic it will be integrate dy. Okay, if they say revolve y-axis. If they say revolve x-axis, then dx. But for volume, if this is dy, here will be pi x square. Because that's how the formula works. If this dy, this is pi x square. If this dx, then it will be pi y square. Okay. So if dy, it will be pi x square. And since your region is already in between the curve and the y-axis, you don't have to take something minus something. It's already like, how to say? Yeah, it's already like the region is like lekat dekat y-axis already. So you tak payah ambil something minus something or anything. Straight away just integrate macam biasa saja. But you need this value right here. Yeah, because the region is only from here to here. So the limit is from here to here, but I don't have this number. How to find? Okay, very easy. This is actually the y-intercept of the gx. And you already have the gx equation. So you just sub x0. Okay, because you are trying to find the y-intercept. So when you sub x0, 0 square, 0, 0 times 2, 0, 0 plus 1, 1. So this is 1. So now you know the limit is from 1 to 3. Now you put here 1 to 3 like this. And now you start to integrate and you will get the answer. So first thing first, the pi can letak depan. And then left with integrate 1, 3. And here I have to put sub in x square, right? But this x square you have to sub with the gx equation. Because the region is in between this curve and y-axis. So obviously you will take this curve equation, but you need to find x square, right? X square. So I will erase this x square. Okay, so how to find x square? Okay, 2x square plus 1 equals to y. So to find x square, you just have to pindah a bit. So first pindah plus 1 jadi minus 1, and then pindah 2 jadi over 2. So it become 1 over 2y minus 2. Okay, I purposely write like this because I know later have to integrate. So I write it in such a way that it will be easy for me to integrate later. Okay, so I didn't write y minus 1 over 2, because if I write that, it's hard to integrate when everything is jumbled up together. I don't want everything jumbled up together. I want it to be everything asing separate one. So that's why I write like this. Okay, now I can start to integrate. Okay, hey, wait, I think I seal up already. This is 1 over 2. Yeah, I made a careless mistake. This should be y divide 2 is 1 over 2 y betul, but y divide 2, this is 1 over 2. Yeah, so it should be 1 over 2 y minus 1 over 2. Ini baru betul. Okay, so I seal up just now. Okay, so now I can start to integrate this, right? Okay, so let's scroll down. Okay, let's start to integrate. First thing first, this integrate, I will open a big bracket. And then when I integrate the 1 over 2y, it will be 1 over 2. Okay, when you integrate, the power have to plus 1. So y power 1 plus 1, you become y power 2, divide with the new power 2 like this. Okay, and then integrate negative 1 over 2. Okay, when you integrate number only, you will just tambah x saja. But in this case, you will tambah y lah, because this is dy. And then tutup bracket, and then don't forget to write the 3 one like this. Okay, now you have to sub the 3 inside, right? But kalau boleh simplify dalam dulu, you simplify dalam dulu. Right? If you can simplify, you simplify first. So what I'll do now, I can see this one can boleh buat sikit kan. So kalau boleh buat dalam, you buat dalam dulu. So y atas darab atas, bawah darab bawah. So y square over 4 minus 1 over 2y is basically y over 2. It's the same thing. And then 3, 1. Okay, now baru saya ganti. So I will open 2 bracket like this. Okay, and then tengah-tengah I write minus. Okay, why I open two bracket? The first bracket is for me to sub 3 inside. The second bracket is for me to sub 1 inside. Okay, when I sub 3 inside, it becomes 3 square over 4, which is 9 over 4, minus 5 over 2, which is 3 over 2, done. Now sub 1 inside, 1 square, which is 1 over 4. Sub 1 inside here, which is minus 1 over 2. And now I just use calculator, tekan, get the answer. Okay, 9 over 4 minus 3 over 2, use calculator. My calculator give me 3 over 4, okay. And then minus, so saya pun minus 1 over 4 minus 1 over 2. Okay, just press, I get negative 1 over 4. So later negative become positive lah. Okay, but I will use bracket to write. It means here I will use big bracket. Okay. Or you want to straight away write plus can also. Yeah? Okay, 3 over 4 plus 1 over 4 is 4 over 4. So the answer is 1. But wait, did I did something wrong here? 3 square, okay, did I did something wrong here? Y equals, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is y equals 5, right? Ayo, I see that already, guys. So the region is not actually here. So sorry. The region is not actually here. Yeah, the region is not here because they said region bounded by curve, and then y-axis and y equals 5, right? I thought this one is y equals 3. I tak tengok betul-betul lah, sorry. So y equals 5, it should be here, right? So the region is actually like this. So actually, the limit has to be 1 until 5. Okay. So, okay, but don't shade in the exam, because it will affect your A answer. Because just now, the first question, they ask you to shade, right? So if I shade now, then later, it will affect my question 1 punya jawapan. So I will not shade. But I remember, but I will remember the region is like this, right? So actually, what is my mistake? My mistake is the limit number here lah. It shouldn't be 3 here. It should be 5, right? So I have to erase this and change to 5, right? So mana lagi yang saya kena padam? Ini kena padam, ini pun kena padam, ini pun kena padam, and this whole thing wrong already. Okay, but this is correct. This whole thing. Okay, this one I just erase the whole thing lah. Okay, so it means this should be 5 lah, right? Because it's from here to here ma, right? So it should be 5 to 1. Okay. So I made a careless mistake. Sorry. So this one is 5. This is also 5. This is also 5. Okay, so it should be sub 5 inside. So 5 square is 25. So 25 over 4 minus 5 over 2 like this. Right? But this is correct. Because this one sub 1 inside. This one memang betul. Okay, so let's continue from here. 25 over 4 minus 5 over 2. Okay, let's press again. Okay, this time I get 15 over 4. Okay, I think this is correct already. And then minus, okay, 1 over 4 minus 1 over 2. Just now you press already is negative 1 over 4. And then now become minus become plus. So 15 plus 1 is 16. So 16 over 4. What is 16 divided 4? 4. So the answer is 4 times 5, 4 pi. And since this is volume, you write units cube. Okay. So ini baru betul. Okay. Alright. So I made a careless mistake along the way just now. So yeah, this is the correct one. Okay. Okay. I hope you understand. Alright. Let's continue. Okay, number 5. This is a function question. So let's read the question. Diagram 4 shows the function f inverse mapping A to B. So from A to B, the arrow go there is f inverse. So what is the terbalik arrow? The terbalik arrow will be f lah, right? And then they says it is given that f4 is 8m plus 1. Confirm you need the fx, right? Such that m is constant, A find the value of m. Yeah, you need the fx, right? Okay, first of all, they already tell you f inverse from A to B is they give you this 7x minus mx. So you can actually write it down, right? So how do you write it? F inverse bracket 7x minus m equals to x. This is cara tulis. Okay, what if I reverse jadi f? So it becomes what? F. Okay, but if the arrow go here means your object, this is your object already. So fx equals to 7x minus m like this, right? The other way to look at it is the f inverse can pindah sini. Okay, yeah, the f inverse can pindah to the other side. When you pindah the other side, it becomes f. That is why fx equals to 7x minus m like this. Okay. All right. Now we need this information to do this. F4 equals to 8m plus 1. So now this says A1 find the value of m, right? So very easy. First of all, the 8m plus 1 don't do anything. This is the answer. The 8m plus 1 is the answer. So this one you just leave it at the back. Don't do anything. And then the F4, you use fx to do F4. So this is f, this is also f, so they are the same function. It means you can write down the 7x minus m here. But when you write it, please be careful. You have to write 7 bracket minus m, and the x have to change to 4. Okay? Because you are finding f4 now. You are not finding fx. So the x have to replace with 4. After you do that, now just pindah lah. Then you find m. 7 times 4 is 28. And 28 plus 1 terus pindah lah. Become minus 1. And then here let with 8m. And then minus m means there become plus m. So you get 9m equals to 27. M equals to 3. Okay? Okay, sudah siap. Okay, how to do second question? They want you to find f inverse x. Okay. Okay, how to find f inverse x? Okay, ada dua cara. Ada dua cara. Cara pertama is you get your fx first. Because your fx is 7x minus m, and your m sudah cari tadi 3, right? So it's 7x minus 3. So cara pertama is you take the fx like this, and you find f inverse x lah. And the method I always teach is let both side equals to y. Both side equals to y, and then both side cari x. Okay, that's the method I use. And if you do like that, you will get the answer. Okay, you will get the answer, right? But let me show you another method. Let me show you another method that is like that I prefer doing it like this lah. So if you don't want to do it like this, you can do it like this. You remember this f inverse? They say f inverse what? 7x minus m equals x, right? And the m is 3. So I can actually write f inverse 7x minus m, which is minus 3, equals to x, right? And since I want f inverse x, but this one is f inverse 7x minus 3, right? You cannot just tell me like, oh sir, the minus 3 pindah sana jadi x plus 3 like that. Oh, you cannot. Mana boleh macam ni, tak boleh. Because this one is not, you cannot, the minus 3 cannot suka hati just keluar macam ni one. So what you can do, okay, if you have f inverse something equals to something, but you're trying to find f inverse x, you will use this method. Let y equals bracket and then cari x, right? Because you don't have f inverse now. You faham kan? Your bracket inside now is 7x minus 3, but you don't have f inverse. So you're trying to find f inverse. That's why you don't have, right? So it's like you are stuck here. That is why you can use this method. Let y equals bracket and then cari x. So the method is like this. Let y equals bracket. Bracket is 7x minus 3. And then you try to make jadikan x single. So when you jadikan x single, it becomes what? Y plus 3 over 7. Because minus 3 pindah jadi plus 3 times 7 jadi over 7. And then now you rewrite this whole thing again. But this time, you will write f inverse y. Because you already let y equals bracket. So your bracket now becomes y. And then equals to x, right? Your x is y plus 3 over 7. And sudah siap already. The last step is just change to x only. So f inverse x is x plus 3 over 7. Okay? So if I'm the one doing it, I will do it like this. Alright? But I know some student, maybe they want to do it the other way. Maybe they want to do like fx equals to 7x minus 3 and then cari inverse. Can also. Can also. You will get the same answer. Okay? It's just that I want to teach you something different. And also this method is important. Yeah, this method is important. Because actually this method, actually you need to know actually. Sometimes you need to use this method when you don't have the outside function, right? Like for example, if I have g3x equals to contoh lah 5x plus 2, and I want to find gx, so you have to use this method also because you don't have the function g, right? You have to end up using this method. That is why this method is important. You need to know this. You need to know this, right? That's why I choose to explain using this method. Okay, but if you get the same answer but different working, is considered correct lah. Okay, so that's all. Let me continue with B now. B, they says it is given that function g that maps B to C, which is this, okay, gx, B to C. Write the function that map A to C. Okay, I think I have to look at the diagram when I do this question. So what I will do is I will move this down a bit. Okay, maybe like this. Okay, like this. Okay, so there is another, it is given that function map B to C. So this is B, right? So I have to draw another thing right here and call it C, right? And the function is function gx. So function g, okay, function g, and the gx they give it to me already. X plus 6 over 5. Write the function that map A to C through B. So write the function that go from A to C. Okay, so I think I will erase this for now. I'll erase this for now. So I need to go from A to C. So can you tell me A, I want to go to C, but I have to go through set B, right? It means I have to do F inverse, and then I have to do G. Do you agree? I have to do F inverse and then followed by G. Okay, it means I have to do composite function. Saya kena buat fungsi gubahan. I have to combine two function, right? Okay, now I want to ask you one question. When you go from A to C, we have to do F inverse GX ataupun GF inverse X. Which one is correct? I have to do F inverse G or GF inverse. The correct answer is GF inverse. Because you do F inverse first. Kalau you buat F inverse dulu, yang tu kena tulis dekat dalam. That is why the F inverse have to write at the right hand side. And then the G you have to write it before it. Okay. If you write F inverse G, then the meaning sudah tukar. If you write like this, then this means you do G dulu. You buat G dulu baru F inverse, which is wrong. Which is wrong. You have to do F inverse first. So the correct way to write this is GF inverse. Because when you write like this, then sudah betul lah. Because you do buat, memang you buat dalam dulu mah. So buat F inverse dulu baru buat G. Right? So the correct answer is GF inverse X. So what is the function that map A to C? GF inverse X. Okay, but they want you to find out the function in terms of X. So you cannot stop here. You have to open big bracket and find out the composite function GF inverse X. So I have to put in what dalam dulu F inverse. Okay, so I have to put in F inverse X first. So what is F inverse X? You have it already. Where is it? Here, X plus 3 over 7. So letak dalam. So now you understand why I have to write GF inverse. Why not write F inverse G? Is because if you write F inverse G means you buat G dulu. Tapi kena buat F inverse dulu. That is why F inverse kena duduk dalam. Okay, duduk dalam. Okay, now you have to take the X plus 3 over 7, ganti dalam function G. Ganti dalam function G. Put inside the function G. So you need function GX and you have it. They give it to you already. Okay, but for those case yang tak ada function G nak suruh cari GX, then you have to use the method I show you just now. The let Y equals bracket cari X, right? So this method memang kena tahu kan. Memang certain question memang you have to use this method one, right? Question yang you ada ni tapi you tak ada you tak ada outside punya function. Okay. Okay, but this question you have it. So the function gx is actually x plus 6 over 5. But don't write x plus 6 over 5 because your x now have changed, replaced with x plus 3 over 7. Okay, now just simplify this and you'll get the answer. So I write up here. Let's make the denominator jadikan bawah dia sama dulu. So x plus 3. Okay, this 6 can times 7. You get 42 and then whole thing over 7. And the whole thing have to divide 5. Right? So now it becomes x plus 42 plus 3, which is 45, over 7 over 5, which is over 35. This is the answer. Okay. So this is the answer for GF inverse x. Okay. So inilah jawapan dia. Okay, I think I'm done. So let's continue. Okay, let's do 6A. So what it says here, terbitkan rumus sin 2x equals 2 sin x cos x. Derive the formula of sin 2x equals 2 sin x cos x. Okay, this is the trigonometry chapter. Form 5 chapter 6 kalau tak silap saya. It's called trigonometry, right? Okay, this is one of the formula we learn in the chapter. Okay, and this formula we learn it in double angle. Okay, I got a lot of formulas you need to hafal in this chapter, right? The basic identity, the double angle, and also the addition angle. Okay, so this is the formula you learn in double angle. Okay, one of the formula that you learn in this chapter. So they want you to derive this formula. Okay, let me just tell you straight away. If you want to derive this formula, you have to use the addition angle formula to derive. Okay, so let me tell you how it works. The double angle formula is sin 2x equals 2 sin x cos x. But you will later you will use the addition angle formula to derive, which is the sin A plus minus B formula. Okay. Alright, so let me tell you the formula. This formula is, okay, I already memorized the formula lah. I don't know you got memorized or not. But this formula got give in exam one. So the formula is sin A cos B plus minus cos A sin B. This is the formula that I will use to derive the double angle formula. Actually, not only this, for the cos double angle and the tangent double angle also, you can use the cos addition. You can also use the addition angle to derive. Okay. Okay, but this one they ask for sine lah. Okay, so sine 2x equals to 2 sin x cos x. So how can we derive this using the addition angle formula? Okay, very easy. Sine 2x is actually what? Sine 2x is actually sine x plus x. Do you agree? Because sine 2x 2x means sine x plus x. So you can write it like this: sine bracket x plus x. And do you realize when you write it like this, now you can use the addition angle formula, right? So kenapa saya tulis macam ni? Sebab saya nak guna addition angle formula. So sekarang you punya A is X, you punya B is X, and it's plus, right? So now it becomes what? Sin A cos B, which is sin X cos X lah. Because both your AB both is X. So it be sin X cos X, right? And then the plus minus, you write plus. Okay, because this one is plus. So if this one plus, kalau atas dia ikut atas lah, plus plus, right? Kalau sini minus, sini minus. But this one is plus, so plus, and then cos A sin B, but since your AB is X, so cos X sin X lah, right? And with a little bit of arrangement, you can derive already, sin X cos X. Okay, this one cos times sin is same with sin times cos, so you can write it like this, sin X cos X, right? And you will realize what you write here and whatever you write here is the same thing, right? So when you have the same thing, plus itself, it means 2 times sin X cos X, right? Because it's basically the same thing tambah dia sendiri, right? So when you have the same thing tambah itself, okay, it means like you have anything tambah dia sendiri, it means you take the thing that times 2 lah. So if I have sin X cos X times sin X cos X, you are saying that sin X cos X times 2. And you sudah derive already. So sin 2x is equals to this, right? So you can write the word derive. So this is how you derive the double angle formula for sin 2x. Okay. Okay, sudah siap. Let's do B. B says solve the equation. Okay, solve means find x. Okay, find x. And whenever you find x, you have to tekan the shift sign, shift cos, shift tangent later. And also you have to check whether it's normal case or special case. Normal case is you can use calculator to press. Special case is when your sign answer equals to 0, 1 or negative 1. Ataupun cos answer equals to 0, 1, negative 1. Ataupun tangent equals 0. And for those special case, you kena hafal. And yeah, you have to hafal lah, the answer for special case. Okay, but this one first, let's look at the soalan first. They already said sin 2x equals to cos x. But they want your answer in between 0 and pi. It means later your answer have to write in radian. And also it has to be in between 0 and pi. Pi is 180 degree. So later, maybe some answer, if the answer is more than 180, I have to reject the answer. Okay, but we worry about that later. Let's find out all the possible answer first. Okay, first thing first, if you look at this, you can't find your x now because as like sine as cos here, right? So what I will do now is I will use the double angle formula. And after I use the double angle formula, I will pin out the cos here and then I will factorize. Okay. Okay, you will see what I mean later. So sine 2x change to what? 2 sine x cos x, right? And kenapa saya buat macam tu? Because I know once I do like that, the cos x can pindah here. And when I pindah here, it becomes minus cos x equals 0. And why kenapa saya buat macam tu? Because when you have two terms like this, and they both have cos x, you can factorize. So what you factorize? Cos x. And when you factorize out the cos x, you left with 2 sine x. And then here it becomes minus 1 equals 0. Because cos x divided cos x is 0. And once I factorize, now I can take the first bracket equals 0, the second bracket equals 0. So you end up with cos x equals 0. And then the other one, 2 sine x minus 1 equals 0. Like this. Right? So cos equals 0. This is normal case or special case? Special case. And for special case, you cannot use calculator. Cannot use calculator. You have to hafal. Okay. Okay, what about the other one? The other one, sine x equals to what? Negative 1, which is 1 over 2 lah, which is 0.5. Okay, this one normal case or special case? This one is normal case. And for normal case, you can use calculator. Okay? You just use your calculator to press shift sign 1 over 2, get the reference angle. After you get the reference angle, you convert to, you check the quadrant lah. Add sugar to coffee, you check sign positive, which quadrant like that. Okay? Okay, let's talk about this one first. Cos 0, the answer is what? 90 degree and 270 degree. Okay, this one, if you want me to explain, actually there's nothing to explain. You just have to hafal. Yeah, you have to hafal the special case. And the special case, ada 7 special case. When sine answer is 0, 1, negative 1, when cos answer is 0, 1, negative 1, and when tangent answer is 0. All these 7 special cases, you have to hafal the answer. Okay, and for cos 0, the answer is 90 and 270. All right, and if you want to ask me why I can explain using graph, it's because when cos is 0, that is at 90 and 270 lah. Okay, the x-intercept is 90 to 270. That's why. Okay, okay. So kena hafal lah for special case. Okay, but for the other one, it's a normal case. This one is normal case. So for normal case, you buat macam biasa saja, but get the reference angle first. And how to get the reference angle? Tekan shift sign 0.5. And don't tekan negative kalau ada negative lah. But this one tak ada negative, so don't worry. So shift sign 0.5 is 30 degree. Okay, but this is only the reference angle. How to get the real answer? Okay, if you want the real angle, you have to consider quadrant. So add sugar to coffee, your sign bernilai positive. So if your sign bernilai positive is first quadrant and second quadrant. So the first quadrant answer would be the reference angle 30, and then second quadrant how to get is 180 minus, which is 150. Okay, okay, now you are done already. Okay, you are done already. So now you understand why this special case cannot use calculator. Is because your cost answer is zero. Zero is positive or negative? Zero mana ada positive negative. So it's like you can't even determine the quadrant, right? And also this type of answer this answer 9270, the jawapan doesn't belong to any quadrant, right? That's why we call it special case, because the answer that comes out doesn't belong to any quadrant. That is why for special case kena hafal. Okay, so I will erase this. Now it's time to convert. I have to reject, right? Yeah, because they want the answer in between 0 and pi. So 270 confirm can reject already. So you only have three answer. This one, and this one. But let's convert everything to radian. Okay, yeah, you should convert to radian because they already said the answer must be in like 0 and then in terms of pi, right? So the first answer, let's write 30 degree. But when you convert to radian, you have to times pi over 180. But if I want in terms of pi, I will just take 30 over divide 180. So you get 1 over 6 pi radian. Okay. The other one will be, the next answer will be 90 degree. 90 degree times pi over 180, which is 90 over 180 is 1 over 2 pi. And then 150, I have to times pi over 180. So it will be in terms of pi. 150 over 180, if you press, you will get 5 over 6. Yeah. So these are the three answer. Okay. So itu siap dah soalan B. Okay. Okay, soalan C pula. Soalan C I will write here. Okay, let's read. Diagram 5 shows a right angle triangle ABC. So this is a right angle triangle. Okay, they give us this side, they give us this side. Can I find the remaining side? Can I find BC panjang? Yes. Use Pythagoras theorem. Okay. And use Pythagoras theorem. But let's not find first. Let's see what they want first. So they want express tangent square angle ACB in terms of M. Hence, state the value of angle ACB if M equals to. Okay, this one don't do first. Yang bawah ni nanti. We try to do this one first. Tangent square angle ACB. Where is angle ACB? I think it's here, right? So to get the tangent, if you want to find tangent this angle, you need to have the opposite and the adjacent, because tangent formula is opposite bahagi adjacent. The opposite is square root 2, but the adjacent you don't have. So I think you have to use Pythagoras theorem lah to find BC. So let's find BC first. So the Pythagoras theorem, it will be look like this: square root bracket square bracket square. Okay, you are finding the short side. Okay, you tengah cari side yang pendek. You bukan cari side yang panjang So you will minus. And you mesti ambil yang side yang paling panjang one. So in a right angle triangle, the side yang paling panjang is always the one opposite 90. Side yang paling panjang is always the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is the one yang always depan 90 degree, which is AC, which is M lah. Okay, so you will take the longer side M minus with the square root 2 square. Okay, minus okay. You will only plus when you are finding the hypotenuse, when you are finding the longer side. Now you are finding BC, which is not the longer side, that's why minus. And you will take the longest one minus the short one. So how to get the answer? M square minus, okay, square root and square can cut left with 2, but there's still a square root. So now I know the panjang here is square root M square minus 2. Now I can find the tangent. Okay, now I can find the tangent ACB. Okay, I know some of you will say, hey, sir, they want tangent square. Don't worry. Don't worry. You find tangent ACB first. So the formula is opposite over adjacent, right? Okay, the opposite is square root 2. And then the adjacent is square root M square minus 2, right? And you don't have to worry about the positive negative because your angle is in quadrant 1. If your angle is in quadrant 1, the answer will always come out positive 1. Because in quadrant 1, add sugar to coffee. In quadrant 1, all positive. So you don't have to worry about like being negative. So this is the answer already. But they want tangent square angle ACB. Hey, wait. What's the meaning of tangent square ACB? Tangent square ACB means tangent ACB times with tangent ACB. That's what it means. Okay? And when you take tangent times tangent, the square, we don't write like this one. We don't write like this one. No, this is wrong. Okay, the square we write it here one. Yeah, we tulis dekat sini one. Okay, okay, but I want you to know the meaning lah. Tangent square ACB, this is what it means. So that is why you can just take your tangent ACB answer and then just square it lah. Just take square root 2 over square root m square minus 2. Just square the whole thing lah, right? And after you square, you get answer, right? Okay, atas pun kena square, bawah pun kena square. So atas square you get 2, bawah square you get m square minus 2. Because when you square, the square root and square they will cancel, they can cancel one. Boleh potong. So tinggal 2 over m square minus 2, and this is the answer. But it's not finished yet. They got still say something here. Hence, find the value of angle ACB if m equals 2. Okay, I think I have to continue from here, right? But I think it's better if I go, if I ambil dari sini, right? Because if I ambil dari sini, this is tangent square. Then it's like I have to square root, tak mau lah. Because I want to find value of ACB. So it's better if I do it from here. If I do it from here, can also. But I have to square root this answer first. And if I square root this, I'll get back here anyway. So why not I straight away continue from here. So it'll be tangent ACB equals to square root 2 over square root m square minus 2. The m is 2, right? So it'll be square root. Okay, what is m is 2? So 2 square is 4. 4 minus 2. Okay, I do slowly lah, like that. Okay, and then now you get square root 2 over 2 square 4. 4 minus 2. 2 square root 2. So tangent angle ACB is square root 2 or square root 2. Can cut. So square root 2 is 1 lah. So tangent ACB is 1. Right? And now how to find ACB? Okay, if you want to find ACB means you have to pin out the tangent, right? So tell me, tangent answer if equals to 1, is this a normal case or special case? It's normal case. It's normal case. I said so many times already. Like, do you remember just now when I do question B also, I got mentioned just now, right? So question B just now, cos 0, I say special case. Sine 1 over 2, I said normal case, right? Okay, why tangents 1 is normal case? Because tangent punya special case is 0 only. Okay, so only sine and cos answer 0, 1, -1 is special case. Okay, so special case is when your sine or cos answer equals 0, 1, -1, and also your tangent answer equals 0. Because tangent dia tak ada limit. That is why tangent 1 is actually like normal case, right? So how to get your ACB is you have to tekan shift tangent 1, and you will get the reference angle is 45. But you cannot straight, how to say, this is not the answer yet. You have to write down reference angle and you have to check quadrant. So add sugar to coffee and check whether your tangent positive or negative. So your tangent is positive 1. So it's quadrant 1 and quadrant 3. So how to get the angle ACB? It will be 45. But there's one more answer on the other quadrant, which is third quadrant. Okay, how to convert the first quadrant answer to third quadrant? 180 plus. So you get 225, right? But actually, this question, if you look at your ACB, is it possible for this to be 225 degree? It's not possible, right? Because this is a first quadrant, so obviously this is not possible. So we can reject the 225. So the only answer that makes sense here is 45 degree. Okay, so I think I'm done. So this is how I would do it. Okay, let's continue. All right, let's continue with number 7. Okay, number 7, diagram 6 shows a few of gray colored isosceles triangle pattern drawn on the net of a rectangle roll of paper. So this is a rectangle and there is a few gray colored isosceles. So isosceles means mesti ada dua side yang sama panjang, right? So we can see that the length here is 20 cm. So this will be the base of the triangle, right? And you can see for the second triangle also the length still 20. The third one also still 20. But then this side and this side we don't know the length, but we know that dia mesti sama panjang. Because isosceles triangle, right? So this side and this side same, this side and this side same, this side and this side same, right? Okay, see what else it says here. It is given that the length of AB is T cm. So AB is from here to here, so this is P, okay. And then BC is T plus K. BC is T plus K, okay. And then this CD is T plus 2K. Okay, can you tell me, ini semua panjang apa? Ini semua distance apa? This is actually the vertical height of the triangle, right? Yeah, and it's the perpendicular height. Why I say like that is because the AB length is the length distance from here tarik to here, and this will be 90 degree. Okay, so this P is actually the perpendicular height. Okay, yeah, dia punya tinggi lah. Okay, tinggi yang 90 degree of the triangle. Okay, and then they say subsequently, so it means every time you plus K lah. The next one is always the previous one plus K plus K plus K. Okay, soalan A. Express the area of the second isosceles triangle in terms of E and K. Area of second only. Okay, so I think it's quite easy, right? You just go to the second triangle, which is this one, and then just write the area lah. So the area for triangle formula is 1 over 2 times base times height, right? 1 over 2 times base times height. So I'll just write here area lah. Okay, area of second, right? So the second triangle will be 1 over 2 times base times height. Okay, I will make this the base lah. Okay, yeah, the base will be this length here, which is 20. And then the height must be the vertical height. Or you can say the 90 degree punya height, which is T plus K. So just masukkan saja. Okay, 20 and 2 can potong. 20 bahagi 2 is 10, and then 10 times T plus K, which is 10T plus 10K. And the unit for this is cm square. Because everything is in cm, so the area calculate dapat cm square lah. Okay, ini jawapan untuk A. Let's do B. Okay, so dia kata B, given the area of 15 and 30th isosceles is 700 cm square and 1300 cm square, find the value of P and K. Okay, I think this one, you need to write down the progression. You need to form a progression using the area of triangle. Yeah, because they give you the area of 15 and area of 30, right? So I can form let's form a progression using the area of triangle first, right? And after that, I can do T15 equals 700, T30 equals 1300, and then try to find the A and D. Kalau arithmetic, you find the A and D lah. Kalau geometric, you find the A and R. Okay, but the first step is to form the progression first. So what is the area for the first triangle? 1 over 2 times 20 times T. So it will look like this, right? For the first one. The second one, you can already see it here. It's 10T plus 10K, right? So just write that, 10T plus 10K. And then the third one will be 1 over 2 times what? 1 over 2 times 20. Okay. So the base of triangle memang sama untuk semua. Yeah, the base never change. Only the height of the triangle keeps on changing. So the height for the third triangle is P plus 2K. So just write like this. Okay. Okay, no need to write so many terms lah. Just write 3 terms. 3 terms is enough for you to determine your is arithmetic or geometric already. Okay, so this one is 20 divided 2, which is 10P. And then the next one is 10P plus 10K. And then the next one, okay, this one can potong tinggal 10 mah. So 10 bila you kembang, when you expand, you get 10P plus 10 times 2K is 20K. So now you can now you have 3 terms, and now you can see that it's an arithmetic or geometric. So it's very obvious it's an arithmetic progression. And the first term A is 10P, and then the common difference is 10K. Because you take this term minus this term. So you can see 10, this one is 10P, this one is 10P plus 10K. And then the next one is 10P plus 20K. It means this is arithmetic lah. And the difference here is 10K, because the next term is always the last term plus with 10K. So plus 10K, here also plus 10K, right? So it's clearly an arithmetic progression, and the difference here is 10K. Okay. Okay, after I write down the progression, now we can focus on the information dia bagi dekat sini. The area of 15 is 700 cm square. So we can write T15. It means that the 15 term in this progression is 700. Because all these terms is the area mah. So when you go until the 15 term, the T15, the area of 15 is 700 lah. And then the next information is T30. T30 is 1300. Macam ni lah. And now they want to find value of P and K, right? Okay, but I think you need to find the value of A and D first. Yeah, because your A and D sekarang tak tahu. And later you will use what formula to do, which you will use the Tn formula. Okay, for arithmetic progression, the Tn formula looks like this. A plus n minus 1D. So kita akan guna formula ni untuk masuk dalam information ni lah. Okay, so T15, it will be A plus n minus 1D, but the A will be 10P. So 10P plus n minus 1, your n is 15. So 15 minus 1, 14. D will be 10K. So bracket 10K, right? Equals to 700. And then you will get 10P plus 14 times 10 is 140K equals to 700. Okay, I think tak boleh buat dah sebab you ada dua unknown kan. So later kena buat simultaneous lah. So I have to form another equation using the T30. Okay. Okay, the T30 equals 1300. Saya akan buat sini. So ini saya padam. Okay, so this one I do it here because not enough space. Okay, so T30 you will use this formula A plus n minus 1D. A is 10P. Okay, so 10P plus n minus 1, 30 minus 1 is 29. Darab dengan D, D is 10K lah. And then equals to 1300. Okay, simplify this. You get 10P plus 290K equals 1300. Okay, sekarang equation, this equation and this equation, they both have two unknown. So what you will do, you do simultaneous. persamaan serentak. So what you can do, you can use the substitution method ataupun elimination, cara penggantian atau cara penghapusan lah. Okay, kalau saya, I will do penghapusan because I see that this is 10p, this one is 10p. Tengok, and also the kedudukan sudah sama, PK number, ini pun PK number. So kedudukan apa, dia punya susunan sudah sama, and also the 10p sudah sama. So I can straight away ambil this equation terus tolak dekat bawah. So I will just write minus here, and this equation I'll just transfer ke sini. So I'll just write it down. So it becomes 10p plus 140k equals to 700. And then I just straight away ambil equation ni tolak equation ni sebab saya mau hapuskan p. So 10p minus 10p kosong terus lah. 290 minus 140, you will get 150k. And then 1300 minus 700 is 600. And then k equals to 4 lah. Betul lah. So yeah, k equals to 4. And then how to find p? You just ganti balik into the other equation. So it becomes 10p plus 140 bracket equals 700. Okay, k sudah dapat, baru dapat tadi k4. So now you can get 10p equals to, okay, let's tekan 140 times 4. You get 560. And then 700 minus 560. Okay, let me press. My calculator give me, oh wait, 700 minus 560. Okay, my calculator give me 140. Yeah, 140. So sudah dapat P lah. 140 bahagi 10 dapat 14. Okay. Okay, but what the question asks you to find? P and K, right? Yeah, so this is the answer lah. P and K. Okay. Okay, but what if I change the question? I said find the value of A and D. Then this is not the answer. If they ask for A and D, then your A will be 10 times P, which is 10 times 14. And then if they ask for D, D will be 10 times K, which is 10 times 4. Okay, but the soalan ask for P and K. So inilah jawapan P dan K. Okay, so sudah siap. So let me scroll down and then read the soalan C. Okay, soalan C is here. So a bottle of poster paint can color an area of 600 cm square. So one bottle paint can color 600 cm square. If the cost of a bottle poster paint is 2 ringgit 50 cent, calculate the cost needed to buy the poster paint to color the whole 30 isosceles triangle. Okay, so one bottle paint, dia boleh color 600 cm square. Okay, yeah, one bottle. And then they say the cost of one bottle is 2 ringgit 50 cent. Dia suruh cari total cost needed to buy to color 30 triangle. So first kita kena cari area of 30 triangle dulu lah. You have to find the sum ataupun the jumlah area for 30 isosceles triangle dulu. Lepas tu baru you boleh bahagi 600 to kira how many bottle you need to buy. Faham kan? Sebab satu botol boleh color 600 cm square. 600 area. Tapi sekarang you mau color 30 isosceles. So you need to find out the total area of all 30 triangle. Kena cari jumlah luas untuk 30 triangle ni dulu. So what I will do is I will use this progression. But this time you have your P and K already. So your first term A is 10P, but your P is 14 mah. So it'll be 140. Okay, 140. And then D is 10K, which is 10 times K. 10 times 4 is 40. And now you find S30. Bukan T30, S30. Because you want to find the jumlah hasil tambah all the 30 triangle. Okay, because you want to find the jumlah luas this time. So not find T30. If you find T30, you tengah cari apa luas triangle yang ke-30. You are only finding the 30th area, but you need to find the sum this time, right? Okay, let me write down the formula for Sn. This is the formula we learned in Form 4 chapter, n over 2, 2a plus n minus 1d. So this is the formula that we all learned in the chapter. Which chapter is this? Chapter 5, right? Yeah, Form 4 chapter 5, the Janjang punya chapter, progression. So this is the formula. This is the formula we use Sn for arithmetic. Okay, so the formula is n over 2. The n is 30. So 30 over 2, big bracket 2a. A is 140 plus n minus 1, 30 minus 1, 29 times d, 40 like this. Okay, 30 divided 2 is 15. And now you can press all this in your calculator. So let me press 280 plus 29 times 40. Okay, my calculator give me 1440 and then times 15 lah. So 1440 times 15 is 21600. And this is the total area for first 30 triangle. Yeah, all the first 30 triangle, jumlah hasil tambah dia punya area tambah semua. This one. So this is area, so let's write cm square. Okay. Okay, now the next step is to find how many bottle we need. So one bottle can color 600. So can you tell me if I want to color 21600, what is the number of bottle? So the number of bottle, I write here lah. Okay, so let me separate like this. Okay, so number of bottle needed. So number of bottle yang dia kena beli is 21600 bahagi 600. Okay, Okay, if you tekan this, we can know how much bottle you need to buy. Okay, I tekan my calculator give me 36. Maksudnya, dia kena beli 36 bottles. But they say one bottle cost is 2 ringgit 50 cent and they want you to find the calculate cost needed to buy the paint. So, kalau satu bottle 2 ringgit 50 cent, kalau nak beli 36 bottle, apa cost needed? So, I'll just write here cost needed. So, just times lah. One bottle is 2 ringgit 50 cent and you need 36 bottles, so 36 times 2.50 and you tekan this, you'll get the answer in RM and that will be the answer. So just tekan calculator saja. Okay, saya dapat 90. So inilah final answer dia. Okay, so the full mark for this question 1, 3, 4, so 8 marks in total for this progression question. Alright, hope you understand. So I sudah siap. Okay, now I'm at question number 8. So now we masuk bahagian B. Bahagian ni mengandungi 4 soalan, jawab 3 soalan. Okay, for bahagian B, I will usually do all the 4 soalan. In all my video, my paper 2 videos, I memang dia bagi 4, pilih 3. Tapi I will do all 4 questions for you. Okay, but in exam, you only choose 3 only. You only need to choose 3. Okay, number 8. This one looks like a vector question. Yeah, it's a vector question. So let's read the question. Diagram 7 shows two triangle POQ and SOQ. POQ, let's check. Yes. SOQ, yes, okay. Straight line OS intersect straight line PQ at R. OS PQ intersect at R. Okay, betul? So far nothing to label. So yeah, let's read down here. Given that OP vector is X. Okay, this one kena label. So vector OPX, so let's label like this and red X. Oh, when you label vector, make sure you put the arrow. Okay, yeah, when you label vector, memang kena letak itu arrow. Okay, sudah siap? Next one, OQ is 2Y. So O to Q, put the arrow, and the arrow have to go from O to Q and then 2Y lah. It means I can find PQ already, right? Because you have these two vector already, right? So you can find PQ very easy, right? If you want to find PQ, just PO plus OQ. And you already have PO, OQ. Okay? Okay, tapi jangan cari dulu lah. Kalau dia tanya, baru you cari. Okay, next one is they give you ratio. OP equals 2QS. Okay, macam mana nak baca ini? Okay, the way I teach my own student, I said you have to baca, you have to draw a rainbow. Macam ni rainbow, dalam dengan dalam, dalam baca dengan dalam, luar baca dengan luar. So the OP ratio is 2, the QS ratio is 1. Okay, so it's like a rainbow. So OP ratio is 2. Where is OP? This one, right? So go to OP, put 2 and circle. Bulatkan sebab dia ratio. And then QS is nothing here means 1 lah. So QS is ratio 1. It means boleh tak saya cari vector QS? Boleh mah, very easy because this one is ratio 2 and this one is ratio 1 and you already have this vector is X. So how to get this? Just take X bahagi 2. So you get 1 over 2X here. Okay, I repeat one time. Ini vector dia 2 portion. And dia punya vector adalah X. So kalau satu portion macam mana? X bahagi 2. So 1 over 2X. Macam tu. Walaupun the question never ask me to, I haven't read the question yet. I still don't know whether the question ada suruh cari ini atau tidak. Tapi saya cari saja. Just find it. Okay, when you see, boleh cari, you cari saja terus. Okay, sekarang baru kita baca A1. So A1 now they says express in terms of X and Y. They want to find vector OS. So vector OS mana? OS from here to here. So from here to here is very easy. You just take OQ plus QS, right? So do you remember just now, I go and busybody go and find the QS. Walaupun the soalan never, I haven't even read the question. I just find it, right? Because I saw this information, I see boleh cari already, I terus cari already. So now it ends up helping me already. You see? So it's always recommended to find all the information yang you boleh cari, you cari saja. Tak kira lah soalan ada guna, ada tanya ke tak, you just cari saja. Yang mana yang you possible boleh cari, you cari dulu. So OQ plus QS. So now your working becomes easy already. 2Y plus 1 over 2X. So but let's write 1 over 2X plus 2Y. Okay, you kena susun because follow the alphabet. Nah, X baru sampai Y. Okay, this is the answer. Let's do number 2. So number 2 is vector PQ. So P to Q is here to here, right? Okay, this is also easy, just do PO plus OQ lah. PO plus OQ. And you already have both vectors. Okay, PO is not X. OP is X. But if you want to go from P to O, it will be negative X. Okay, and then plus with OQ is 2Y. Okay, so soalan ni senang je kan? So yeah, when you do vector, memang part A mesti senang one. Okay, but part B, it will start to become a bit susah. And part B later, you will use the answer in A. Most of the time is like that one lah. A answer guna dekat B, B answer guna dekat C, and so on. Okay, sekarang saya akan baca B. So B dia kata given that OR equals MOS. Okay, information ni kita tak dapat label dekat diagram. Kita tak dapat label sebab dia tak bagi M. Dia tak bagi M. Dia bukan macam ini. Macam ni dia ada bagi OP sama dengan 2QS kan. Dia bagi tadi. Ini dia ada bagi nilai sini. Then kita boleh baca macam rainbow kan. Kita boleh lukis satu rainbow, kita boleh label. Tapi kalau dia tak bagi, kalau dia bagi M, ataupun dia tulis K, ataupun dia tulis N, ataupun H, maksudnya dia tak bagi, then kita tak tahu dia punya ratio. We don't know the ratio kalau dia bagi macam ni. So for this type of information, we cannot label. So what we do, we just write down in our working. Because we cannot label, so don't label, just write it like this. Alright, later it will be useful later, so it's better to write it down now. Next information also cannot label because they never give me the value of n, so we don't know the ratio for PR PQ sebab dia tak bagi nilai n. So tak apa, jangan label, just tulis je. Alright, just tulis je. Okay, sekarang kita baca soalan. Express OR in terms of mxy, and then second question nxy, and then hence find the values of m and n. Okay, boleh. So ada dua soalan, question 1 and question 2. Question 2 dia suruh cari OR. But question number 2 also find OR. Yeah. Express OR. Number 1 they want to find in terms of mxy. Number 2 in terms of nxy. But you are finding the same thing. You are finding both also. You are finding vector OR. So number 1 B1 cari vector OR. Number B2 pun cari vector OR. It's just that number 1 you have to in terms of m. This one in terms of n. Okay. Okay. Tell me now in this question dekat mana ada m? In the whole question, which information got M? In the diagram got M. In this diagram got M. No M, right? Where got M? The only place with M, the only information yang ada M is this information. Do you agree? In the whole question. The whole question dekat sini je yang ada M. Maksudnya, when we do question number 1, jawapan kena ada M. So, when we do question 1, kita kena guna information yang ini. For number 1. Then what about number 2? Number 2, they say in terms of N. So tell me in the whole question dekat mana ada N? Dekat sini kan? So when we do number 2, we have to use this information. Saya ulang sekali lagi. When we do B1, must use this information no matter what. When we do B2, must use this other information no matter what. Okay? Supaya kita punya jawapan ada MN lah. Okay, so let's start with question 1. You can see that question 1, they want to find OR. So I already said you must use this information no matter what. Kalau you tak guna information ni, kalau you buat guna diagram, nanti you punya jawapan tak ada MN. You faham kan? For example, P1 dia nak cari OR. Ini OR kan? You tak boleh suka hati buat OPPR or OQQR or ataupun OQQSSR. Dia ada banyak cara nak pergi R. O to R ada banyak jalan. But you cannot suka hati use any jalan you want because they already specific cakap jawapan kena ada M. So you need to, if you do using the diagram, your answer tak ada M nanti. So you have to use this information. And let's look at the information now. OR equals to MOS. Can you see dia sudah bagi siap-siap? Ini OR, dia sudah bagi siap-siap. So kalau dia sudah bagi siap-siap, tak payah buat jalan lain dah. Just ikut saja. Ini OR, ini pun OR, MOS, tulis je dekat sini. Because dia, ini senang lah sebab dia dah bagi siap-siap dah. Tapi number 2 nanti dia tak bagi siap-siap. Number 2 nanti dia OR tapi ni bagi PR kan. So nanti itu saya ajar nanti. So for this case dia dah bagi siap-siap, kita ambil je macam ni. So OR MOS, so M and then the OS vector we can tiru from A. Because A tadi sudah cari OS 1 over 2x plus 2y. I told you just now, right? Your A answer mesti guna dekat B1. So just write like this. And then take the M, you kembang, expand, you darab, you get 1 over 2 mx. 1 over 2 mx plus 2 my. Okay? Okay, so this is the answer. And the question just now say, jawapan kena ada apa? Kena ada M kan? In terms of M. So, inilah. Tengok, saya punya jawapan ada M, ada X, ada Y. So, this is the correct way to do it. Second question, they want the answer to have N. N and also X and Y. So, which information I need to use? The second information here, right? Okay, let's look at this information. PR equals to NPQ. But saya nak cari OR sekarang. So, apa connection? Apa connection dia? Boleh tak saya terus tulis NPQ macam ni? Confirm tak boleh kan? Confirm salah kan? Sebab ini bukan PR. Kalau ini PR, you tulis macam ni betul lah. PR is NPQ. Saya mau OR sekarang. So, what is the connection between OR and PR? R, right? R is the connection. I repeat, OR and PR, R is the connection. And let me highlight these two jalan for you. So, OR, okay, I will use red color. So, OR is this jalan, right? And the PR is this jalan. So, you can see that there is some connection here. So, how to complete the triangle? So, what is the missing line here? The missing line ataupun kalau saya nak complete ini triangle saya kena tambah satu line sendiri, which is OP. I repeat, saya nak cari OR, and now I need the PR. So the missing line, if I want to complete the triangle, I need to tambah satu line sendiri, which is OP. Okay. So what I will do now is for OR, I have to do OP plus PR. Macam ni. OP plus PR. Okay. Yeah, the reason why I do this is because kenapa saya buat macam ni? Sebab nanti PR boleh tukar jadi NPQ, and then OP nanti boleh masuk X. Okay, and then nanti dia boleh jadi X plus NPQ, and then PQ vector tadi sudah cari negative X plus 2Y, and then now your answer is correct already because you punya jawapan dah ada apa? Dah ada N, ada X, ada Y. Okay, so kenapa saya buat macam ni? Sebab saya mahu saya punya jawapan ada N. Okay, you jangan buat OQQR. You buat OQQR nanti jawapan you tak ada N. Soalan sudah cakap jawapan mau ada N. That's why you kena tengok information ni. Kena tengok jalan yang dia mau kita gunalah. Okay, so the answer here is X. Plus minus jadi minus NX. Plus plus jadi plus 2NY. Okay, don't write your answer like this. So you can see for the A1, your answer, how your answer is like this. Satu X, single Y. Ini pun single X, single Y. Yang ini pun single X, single Y. So saya mau ini punya jawapan pun you tulis single X, single Y. So this one, your X, you should factorize. Yeah, you should write your answer so that because you want your answer to look like this. Single X, single Y. So what happens when you factorize out the X? Okay, X, when you take out like this, you're left with 1. X bahagi X is 1. Negative NX, when you take out, dia jadi 1 minus N. Alright? So, in vector punya chapter, I always teach my student to write like this for the answer. Single X, single Y. Okay? Sebab dalam vector, dia selalu ask you to compare. They always ask you to banding. So, it's always better to write your answer like this. Single X, single Y. Supaya bila nak banding nanti senang. You nampak number dia cepat. Bila masa nak banding nanti. Okay, I'm already done with the B1, B2. Now here they say hence find the values of M and N. Okay, easy. This one easy. So how to find M and N? Okay, you will use these two answers to do it. So do you remember these two? They are both answer for OR. Okay, but the working saja tak sama, right? The working tak sama. But the answer looks different, but it's actually the same vector. Because this is OR, this is OR, right? The reason why it looks different is because this one in terms of M, this one in terms of N. But they are the same vector. They are both vector OR. Maksudnya this vector dengan this vector boleh sama. Dia boleh sama dengan. So it means this vector can equals to this. And when this vector equals to this means we can compare. We can banding. So let me bulat the coefficient. So when we banding X dengan X, Y dengan Y. So what is the X coefficient here? 1/2. And what's the X coefficient here? 1 minus N. And nanti boleh sama dengan. Boleh connect. And then what's the Y coefficient? 2M. And then ini 2N. And then dia boleh connect nanti. So dia boleh sama dengan. So dia jadi apa? 1/2M equals 1 minus N. And then the other one, 2M equals to 2N. Okay? You faham kan kenapa boleh sama dengan? Okay? You all faham kan kenapa dia boleh equal macam ni? Sebab dua-dua ni vector OR mah. So OR dengan OR mesti sama jawapan. So dua-dua ni boleh equal lah. Because they are both the same vector. It means they are both basically they are both the same thing. They are the same thing. So you just banding saja. Okay, I think I will do penggantian. Because I see that in this side dia tulis 2M equals 2N, right? So I can pindah the dua, then it becomes M equals N. It means M and N is the same value, right? So now we can ganti dalam sini lah. So dia jadi apa? 1/2M. Okay, but since M is equals to N, so I just buat macam ni je. Okay? Sebab M equals N, right? So ganti. And after you sampai sini, you boleh ambil the whole thing times 2. Because you want to matikan the 2 here. You want to get rid of the fraction, right? So nak hilangkan fraction, darab 2 semua. So darab 2, okay, 2 ni dah mati. Tinggal N. Okay, darab 2 dapat 2 minus 2N. And then minus 2 jadi plus 2 dapat N plus 2, 3N. And then equals to N sama dengan 2/3. And since M and N is same value, so M is also 2/3. So itulah jawapan dia. M 2/3, N 2/3. Okay, the soalan ask you to find MN. So inilah jawapan dia. Okay, let's continue with C. So C dia kata apa? Given that magnitude of X is 3 unit, magnitude of Y is 5 unit, find the magnitude of PQ. Okay, let's go to diagram and see where is PQ vector first. So this is the PQ. Oh, okay. Okay, PQ is this one, right? And they are not asking you to find the vector. They are asking you to find the magnitude, right? So how can we find the magnitude of PQ? Okay, is this 90 degree? Did they mention that this is 90 degree, this angle right here? Because if this is 90 degree, then I can use Pythagoras theorem. But they never mentioned it, right? Okay, but I think it should be 90 lah, class. Walaupun dia tak cakap, but I think it should be 90. Right? Because if it's not 90, then tak ada cara lain to do it already. So I think this is 90. Okay. Let me draw it out again here so that you see it more clearly. So the 90 is like this. This is O, right? And what is here just now? So this is P, this is Q. So this P, this Q, and the vector here is X going up like that, and then this one going this way is 2Y. So what we want, why I say this one must be 90 is because you can find the magnitude for OP and magnitude of OQ, and then you can use Pythagoras theorem. But you can only use Pythagoras theorem if it's 90. So I don't know why the question never mentioned that it's 90. But I think it's 90. Because if it's not 90, then there's other cara lain to do it already. Yeah. So what I will do now is use this information. Magnitude of X is 3 unit, right? So we all know OP vector is X. But I don't want the vector now. I want the magnitude. So I will put line here. I will put line here like this. So the magnitude of X is what? 3. Okay. So this is, I mean, it means the OP is 3 units. Okay, 3 units. Okay. So I will use red color to write 3 units. Okay, for the next one is OQ vector. This one OQ vector is 2y, but I want the magnitude. Okay. Kenapa I cari the magnitude is because later I want to do Pythagoras theorem to find magnitude PQ. Okay, the 2 boleh letak depan. Yeah, because kalau dia hubungan dia darab we can write it outside the magnitude macam ni. So it becomes 2 times y, then the y is 5, and then 2 times 5 is 10. Maksudnya magnitude of OQ 10 units, and I will use red color to write 10 units. So now tell me how to find magnitude of PQ. You can use Pythagoras theorem. Okay, if this is 90 degree lah. That's why I say this one must be 90 one. Because if it's not 90, then you can't do it already. Okay, so this one confirm 90. Okay, so how to find magnitude of PQ? So the formula is Pythagoras theorem, square root 3 square plus 10 square. Okay, y plus is because you are finding the hypotenuse. PQ is actually the longest side. Okay, ini side paling panjang dalam right angle. Sebab dia depan 90. Okay, the side opposite 90 will always be the longest side in the right angle triangle. So you have to take the other two side plus lah. Square dulu baru plus, and then square root the whole thing. Okay, I think you can press this in your calculator. So let me press my calculator. Okay, 3 square plus 10 square, I get 109. Square root answer 10.44. Okay, so yeah. So the unit is 10.44 units. And that's all. Sudah siap? Okay, let's continue. Okay, next question is number 9. I think this is a graph question, and this is linear law punya soalan from 4 chapter. Okay, kita baca soalan dulu. Table 1 shows the values of two variable x and y obtained from an experiment. Ini tak penting. Variable x and y are related by equation. Ini penting. This equation penting. Such that A and B are constant, and then suruh buat ada bagi table, and then A suruh plot graph lah. Okay, you cannot plot graph first. You kena buat dua step dulu. Step pertama, kalau ada bagi equation, you kena tukar jadi linear form. Okay, ya, memang macam tu. Walaupun soalan tak suruh pun, you kena buat ini step. You kena tukar jadi linear form. And then next step you kena buat is you kena buat jadual baru. You kena buat table baru. Sebab table ni tak boleh guna. Ini x, y. Dia mau plot log y against x plus 1. So when you're doing linear law, your y-axis and x-axis will always change to something else. So that's why you always have to draw a new table yourself. Even if the question never asks you to draw a new table, you must draw it yourself. So first thing first, convert this to linear form. Okay, I'll do it down here. So y equals to a, okay, sorry. So a over b power x plus 1. So first step is change this equation to linear form. Okay, so remember, you must change to linear form even if the question never asks you to change. Okay, so how to change to linear form? Okay, the way I teach my own student is I always tell them to tiru A. You tiru, tengok apa dia punya y-axis, apa dia tengok dia cakap siapa against siapa. So siapa against siapa? Log y against x plus 1. It means later you punya paksi y, you punya y-axis, log y. You punya x-axis, x plus 1. Like this, right? But if you look at this equation now, your equation, you kena tukar jadi y equal mx plus c. But you want your y-axis to be log y. You mau you punya y-axis log y. Sekarang, y. So apa you kena buat? You kena letak log lah. And when you letak log, cara betul to letak log is you have to letak both sides. When you add log, you have to add it both sides. So it becomes log base 10 y, and the other side also you put log base 10, and then this one is a over b power x plus 1. Okay, the log 10y already matched with the y-axis here, right? But you still have to susun the other side. The other side has to be mx plus c. Now everything jumbled up together is not good. I need to pecahkan, I need to asingkan everything. So log 10y, okay, how can I separate this thing? How can I asingkan, pecahkan this thing? How can I pecahkan? So you learn in log before, if you have single log, something divide something. Single log means satu log. So satu log, single log, something divide something, single log bahagi, you can pecah jadi separate log minus. So it becomes log 10a minus another log 10 and then b power x plus 1. And the power can put in front. The power can letak depan. So I will put it now lah. So it's straight away okay lah, the next baris baru saya letak lah. Okay, so let's continue here. Log 10y equals to, okay, I will write this one first. So it becomes negative x plus 1 times log 10b equals to log plus. Yeah, nothing here means plus. Plus log 10a. Okay, but you still haven't susun nicely because it has to be y equal mx plus c. Y equals mx plus c. And don't forget your y-axis is log y, your x-axis is x plus 1. So how can I write this so that it becomes y equal mx plus c? So the y-axis sudah ngam already, log 10y, but you have to write mx plus c, right? So the x-axis is x plus 1. So can you tell me apa maksud ini? What's the meaning of this? It means negative times x plus 1 times log b, right? So I can write it differently. I can write it negative times log b and then baru times with x plus 1 and then baru plus log a. And why I write like this is because I want it to be y equals mx plus c. So you can see your y-axis is log y and your x-axis is x plus 1. Sudah sama dengan apa yang dia mau sini. Log y against x plus 1. It means that your gradient and y-intercept sudah boleh nampak dah. So your gradient is what? Negative log b and your y-intercept is log a. And I'm sure you will need this later. Yeah, you will need this later. After you draw the graph, dia akan suruh you cari AB one. Okay, so I will show you now. Cuba tengok part B. Find the value of A and B, right? So when you do part B later, you kena refer you punya linear form. You kena refer you punya y equal mx plus c and then use this to find your A and B. Okay, so kalau you tak buat ini, nanti you tak boleh buat part B lah. It's not possible. Okay. Let's do part A first. So part A disuruh lukis graph, but you still need to do one more thing. You kena buat jadual baru. You have to do a new table. Okay, you have to do a new table. So for this new table, you will just draw a table, and this table will have how many points? So this one got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this one also got same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Actually, I'm a bit lazy, but I do it lah. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. This column right here, you have to write the x-axis, which is x plus 1. And then the y-axis is log y. So later when I plot the graph, I have to use this table. I cannot use the old one. Okay, what is x plus 1? 1 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4 plus 1. Okay, so 1 plus 1 is 2, this one is 3, 4, 4 plus 1, 5, 5 plus 1, 6, 6 plus 1, 7. Okay, next one is log y. It means I have to tekan log 4, log 5.7, and so on lah. Okay, you can just tekan in your calculator, log 4. Okay, this one you write 2 decimal place. Sebab ini graph question. So graph question, you will only write 2 decimal place. Okay, only for graph is like that. Okay, log 5.7, 0.76. Okay, 2 decimal place only. Log 8.7, 0.939. So kalau round off 0.94. Sebab saya nak 2 decimal place. Okay, log 13.2, 1.12. Okay, tulis. Next one is okay, ni sudah siap. Okay, next one is log 20. Okay, I dapat 1.30. Okay, the last one is log 28.8. Let me press. Okay, I get 1.46. So ini senang saja. Ini cara dia. Okay, this one is 1.30. Okay, I think I did everything correctly. Now we can plot the graph. So they say plot log 10y against x plus 1 using the scale 2 cm to 1 unit on the x plus 1 axis, 2 cm to 0.2 unit on the log y axis. Draw the line of best fit. Okay, before I go to the graph paper, let's discuss where I should put my origin first. Kita kena discuss dulu mana saya kena letak saya punya apa? Saya punya kosong-kosong. So where do you want to put your cross? Do you want to put it here or you want to put it here? Like where do you put it? So I want you all to look at your table now. Is there any negative value? Ada negative value tak? Tak ada kan? So kalau tak ada negative value, confirm you punya kosong-kosong dekat bawah sebelah kiri. It will be at the bottom left corner. Confirm one because everything positive. It means everything is in the first quadrant only. So later you will put it here because there's no negative value, right? And what you have to write here, the scala, they say for the x plus 1 axis is 2 cm to 1. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until the highest value 7. Okay. And then for the log y axis, paling besar dia pergi sampai 1.46. And they say they use 2 cm to 0.2 on this. So you go 0.2, 0.4 until 1.6. Okay. The one before will be 1.4, right? So they want 1.46, so you can buat sampai 1.6. Alright. So remember this, it's very important to, how to say, before you lukis the axis you fikir dulu mana nak letak kosong-kosong, and you have to fikir whether cukup tempat or not first. Okay, you jangan straight away pergi lukis, and then after you lukis baru you realize tak cukup tempat, and then you have to padam and then buat semula. Tak mahu macam tu. You always look at the table. Okay, you always look at the table when you decide. Bila you mau decide mana nak letak itu kosong-kosong, you will always look at the table. Okay, when you draw the axis, look at the table. Okay, sekarang kita dah tahu macam ni. So kita tulis ini number lah. So kosong dekat bawah kiri, and then 170.2. So kosong bawah sebelah kiri, sini go 0.2, and then sini go 1, 2, 3, 4 until 7. Okay, cukup tepat ke? Cukup. Okay, ya cukup. Later you can just plot it on this line for the 7. And then this one naik sampai 1.4, right? So 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 1.0, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6. You buat sampai 1.6 because later the highest point is 1.4 something, right? So yeah, that's why I do like that. Okay, this one is the log y, and the x-axis is x plus 1. Okay, so I will tambah macam ni and then write x plus 1. Okay, okay, let's write the title now. The tajuk. So the tajuk for this graph will be graph of log 10y against x plus 1. Okay. Actually, the tajuk you want to write last kali, nanti baru tulis boleh juga. Okay, but I write now lah. If I write now, then later no need to write it. So I write now. Okay, sekarang kita boleh mula plot. Okay. Okay, what is the first point? Look at this table, 2 0.6. So just pergi sana, just letak 2 0.6. Okay, siap. Inilah first point. Senang saja. Next one, 3 0.76. Okay, mana 3 0.76? 3 dekat sini. 0.76. Okay, this is 0.8. Turun satu kotak. Okay, what is 0.8 minus 1? 0.78. And then if you minus lagi satu, 0.76. Okay. Oh, satu kotak is 0.02 because 10 kotak is 0.2 mah. So satu kotak kecil is 0.2 bahagi 10, which is 0.02. It means every time you turun satu kotak, you kena minus 0.02. That is why 0.8 turun satu is 0.78. But you have to turun lagi satu baru dapat 0.76. So turun dua kotak. Okay, and dia mau 0.76. Okay. Okay, next one, 4 0.94. Let's go. Mana 4 0.94? 4 dekat sini 0.94. Okay, you can go to 0.9 first. So sini 0.8, sini 1.0. So the middle is 0.9 lah. What is 0.9 plus 1 kotak? 0.92. Because you plus 0.02. Every time you naik, you plus 0.02. Plus lagi 0.02, you get 0.94. And kita memang we are looking for 0.94. So 0.9 plus 1 plus 1. So here's the point. Okay, for 0.94. Okay, let's double check. For 0.94. Yeah, correct lah. Next one, 5 1.12. Let's go. 5 1.12. 5 dekat sini mah. 1.12 Okay, you can go to 1.1, which is here, and then naik satu kotak. Naik satu je. 1.1 naik satu is 1.12, right? So 1.1 dekat sini lah. 1 and 1.2 middle is 1.1. So naik satu. Okay, done. Next one. 6 1.3. This is easy. This is easy. 6 1.3. 6 is here. 1.3. Okay, 1.2 1.4 middle. Okay, tengah. 1.2 1.4 tengah-tengah dia 1.3. Last one. 7 1.46. Okay, ini pun senang lah. 7 dekat sini. Okay, 1.46 Okay, you cari 1.4 dulu. So 1.4 naik satu, 1.42. Because you tambah 0.02 Naik lagi 1.44. Naik lagi 1.46. Sinilah. Saya mau 1.46. So total 1.4 kena naik 3 kotak. Okay, and make sure you plot dekat 7 Okay, now I sudah siap semua point. Now you can draw the line of best fit. Okay, when you draw the line of best fit, you will adjust your ruler. It means you take your pembaris. You take your pembaris. Oh, I cannot show you Okay, but it's okay. It's just imagine. What about like this? Okay, you just take your pembaris and you try to adjust your pembaris lah. You try to adjust you punya ruler, and you try to make your ruler sentuh paling banyak point. You try to make how to say, adjust your ruler so that your straight line, so that your graph touches the most points. So I will first adjust a bit lah. Okay, adjust a bit. So you can position your ruler a bit, adjust sikit, goyang sikit. Take your ruler like goyang a bit, adjust a bit, and try to make sure your line touches paling banyak point. So I will try to draw it nicely. Okay, so I think this looks good, right? Yeah, I think this looks fine. Okay, let me adjust a bit. Wait. Okay, I think this is fine, right? Yeah, I think this is good. Let me tell you why. Because dia ada sentuh point ini, dia ada sentuh point ini, dia ada sentuh point ini juga, and ini pun ada sentuh. Okay, tapi point ini tak sentuh kan? This point it never touch. The line never touch this point, but it's okay because this point duduk bawah and there's another point above the line, which is this point, right? So walaupun sini ada off sikit, sini ada off sikit, tapi ini duduk bawah, ini duduk atas. So dia punya jarak dah balance dah. You faham kan? It means this distance it will cancel with this distance up here. So it's balanced lah. So it's okay kalau yang tak sentuh tak apa. Okay. So you already touches most of the points. And then yang tak the point yang tak sentuh tak apa. Okay, because it's balanced. Satu atas, satu bawah. So I think this is the line of best fit. And sudah siap. Okay. Okay. Now we can continue. So A sudah siap lah. 5 marks. Okay. Now let's do B. So B, they say using the graph in 9A, write this thing in linear form. Okay, I already do it just now. So this one just copy and paste. So I won't do it again. So this is the B first part. And then find the value of A and B. Okay, so how to find the value of A and B? You continue from this working. Yeah, you continue from the linear form. So if you want to find value of A and B, you need to use the gradient and y-intercept to find. Tapi you jangan cakap, oh sir, A is the gradient, B is the y-intercept. Salah, salah. Bukan. A bukan gradient. Bukan tengok macam ni. You kena tengok you punya equation. Who's the gradient? It's not A, it's not B. It's negative log B. Nampak kan? So negative log B is the gradient. Okay. And then siapa y-intercept? Log A. Bukan A, log A. Ambil the whole thing. So it will be log 10A equals to C. And the C is the y-intercept. And the y have to use huruf besar. Have to use capital letter. Yeah, because your y-axis is not y, it's actually log y. So you have to use big how to say capital letter. Okay, sekarang kita boleh cari gradient and y-intercept and masuk dalam sini and masuk dalam sini. Okay, I want to find the y-intercept first. So log 10A equals y-intercept. Let's go and baca our y-intercept from the graph. So from the graph, I can see the y-intercept is here. Okay, let's put a dot here. Okay, macam mana nak baca ni? 0.2, 0.22, 0.24, 0.26. So this is 0.26. Okay, because every time you naik, you tambah 0.02. So 0.22, 24, 26. Okay, so let's write down the y-intercept 0.26. Tapi dia suruh cari A kan? So how to find A? You have to do anti-log. Do you remember how to do anti-log? Anti-log means you will pindah the log base to the other side, and when you do that, the log base becomes the number base. So it becomes 10 power 0.26 macam ni. So you can tekan this in your calculator, 10 power 0.26. So 10 power 0.26, saya dapat 1.819700859. Okay, dia bagi banyak-banyak decimal place. So untuk macam ni punya jawapan, you write 4 significant figure. Okay, 4 angka bererti. So 1.8197, so 820 lah. Because 8197 the 7 have to plus 1, so it becomes 820. So this is my A answer. Okay. Okay, ada cara lain untuk tekan. There is another method to press this. You can also press shift lock. Yeah, you tekan shift lock 0.26. Means tekan shift and then use the lock button 0.26. Can also, you get the same. Okay, now let's continue for the gradient. So negative log 10b is the gradient. Okay, gradient formula is what? Y coordinate minus Y coordinate divide X coordinate minus X coordinate. But you need 2 points. You need 2 points. So when you find gradient, you kena ada 2 coordinate baru boleh cari gradient. So let's from the graph, we will take 2 coordinate. So any 2 coordinate yang ada passes through garisan ni. So I think the first one I can take from I can take this point lah, because this point just now sudah baca already 0 0.222426, right? Okay, for the other point I will ambil 5. Yeah, I will ambil 5. Let me tell you why. Because if you ambil 0 until 5, nanti you punya beza X berapa? Beza X dia. You punya beza X 5 tolak kosong, right? 5 minus 0, which is 5, right? And 5 is an easy number to divide. So let me explain a bit. Your gradient formula is y minus y over x minus x. It means you ambil beza y bahagi beza x. You take the difference in y, divide difference in x. So if you take if you take 0 until 5, later your Basel X will be 5. And when you divide 5, you will end up with a better answer compared to kalau you punya Basel X is like 7 or 3. You faham maksud saya? So remember, apa nombor yang senang bahagi? Nombor yang senang bahagi is 2, 5, 10. Ini semua nombor yang senang bahagi. Because when you bahagi with this number, you will dapat jawapan yang cantik-cantik kan. Dia takkan bagi jawapan yang banyak-banyak point. Kalau banyak-banyak decimal point lah. Kalau you bahagi nombor 2, 5, 10 macam ni. So I can choose wisely when I choose two coordinates. So that's why I choose 0 to 5 because I want my Basel X to be 5. So it's like easy to divide. Okay. If you want to take 0 sampai 7 boleh juga. Okay, boleh juga. Okay. But when you divide 7, you will get the answer yang banyak-banyak decimal place and saya tak suka. Okay. That's why I choose 0 until 5. Okay. What is the other coordinate when X is 5? So you can baca here is 1.2, minus 1 1.18, minus 1 1.16, minus 1 1.14, minus 1 1.12. So this is the 2 points, and I have to join a right angle triangle like this. Join using ruler. Okay, and then here also join like this. And then letak 90 sini lah. Okay, so this is the gradient. So how to find? Y coordinate minus y coordinate bahagi x coordinate minus x coordinate. So 1.12 minus 0.26. Divide 5 minus 0. So let's press calculator. 1.12 minus 0.26. Answer divide 5. Okay, my calculator give me 0.172. Okay, but this is not the answer yet because they want to find B. This is negative log B. So first I will pindah negative. Lepas pindah negative, and then after you pindah negative, you do anti-log. So log 10B pindah negative jadi negative 0.172. And then if you want to find B, do anti-log. So macam tadi lah. The log base when you pindah sana, dia jadi number punya base. And then this whole thing becomes power. So now I have to press 10 power. Negative 0.712. Okay, tekan sekarang. Okay, I dapat 0.6729. So if I write in 4 significant figure, 0.6729, but the next digit is 7. So I have to plus 1. So 29 plus 1 is 30. So this is the answer if I write in 4 significant figure. Okay. Okay, so sudah siap? So this question is worth 10 marks. Okay, in bahagian B semua soalan mesti 10 marks. Alright. So I already finished the linear law question. Okay, let's continue. Okay, I want to do number 10 now. So number 10, let's read the question. Diagram 8 shows a cylinder with a radius 4 cm containing water up to a height of 6 cm being poured at a constant rate into a cone. Okay, I should label this. Yeah, I should write it down somewhere. So let's read again. Cylinder, radius 4. So this one is the cylinder. So the radius is 4. So I'll just write beside the cylinder R4. Containing water up to a height of 6 cm. So the height of water is 6 cm. Okay, water up to height of 6 cm being poured at a constant rate into a cone. So you pour the water here lah, right? So if you pour the water here, it means the water will keep on decreasing. From the cylinder, the water will decrease. And then but from the cone punya volume, dia punya volume of water increase, right? And also if the volume of water is decreasing here, then the rate of volume of water here will be negative. Faham kan? Sebab you turun decrease. So it's like your volume decreases over time. But this one, for the cone, your volume increases over time. Okay? Tapi dia tak bagi rate dia. Dia just cakap at a constant rate saja. So tak apa, let's keep reading. At t seconds, okay, the height of water level in the cone is x cm. So when t equals what? Okay, at t seconds, the height is x. So I will just write here after t second lah. After t second, height of equals x for the cone, for the cone. And then the volume of water is given by this. Okay, but this one is volume of water in the cone. Okay, so I will write down this formula here. V equals 1 over 3 pi x power 3. Okay, so now they say that if all the water is poured into cone in 4 seconds, find soalan A the original volume of water in cylinder. Okay, let's think about this. Okay, I think this is differentiation. Yeah, I think this is differentiation punya soalan. Differentiate punya. Sebab saya ada nampak perkataan rate. So I think this is under rate of change. And if you baca bawah here also, yeah, they want to find rate of change later. So yeah, this is definitely differentiation. So nanti confirm kena differentiate ini kan. But A, they want the original volume of water in the cylinder. So how to find volume of water? You have the radius of cylinder and you have the height of water. So how to find volume of water in the cylinder? I think it's easy because you can use the volume of cylinder formula. So the formula is what? Let me think. Volume of cylinder formula dia pi r square h. Pi r square h. Okay. So this is the formula to find volume of cylinder. And the radius r is 4, and then the height of water is 6. So if you tekan all this, you will get the volume of water in cylinder. So what you get here? 4 square times 6, 96. Okay, the pi I won't press. I will just write it in terms of pi like this. So cm cube. Okay. It's better if you don't tekan the pi, because if you tekan the pi, then your answer becomes like decimal already. So it's better. It will look better if your answer is in terms of pi. Okay, soalan B. Dia suruh cari rate of change of cone's height when its height is 3 cm. Okay, the height of cone, they use x to represent, right? They use x to represent. So it means the rate of change of cone's height will be dx over dt. So rate mesti over dt. Bila you nampak perkataan rate, dia mesti over dt. Tapi kalau dia cakap rate of cone's height, then dx over dt lah, because x represents the cone's height. So dx over dt nak cari. And then when height is 3 cm, so the height, they use x to represent. So x is 3, when x equals 3, right? Okay, for rate of change of question, I always teach my student to write this. Line equals to line darab line. Okay? But leave an empty space here. Later you have to do some working here. So we draw out this thing first. Line equals to line darab line. And sini dengan sini mesti dt. Confirm. Okay, confirm mesti dt. And then this one and this one mesti sama. And then this one and this one mesti sama. Okay, this and this has to be same. This and this has to be same. But the problem is what I have to put here and here, here and here. Okay, first of all, you need to know that this dx dt is what? The x represents the cone's height, right? The cone's height over time, right? And then the x is actually it means x is the height, right? And do you remember the other bagi satu equation sini? And this equation is also for cone, and is the volume of water in the cone, right? So it means later this equation, okay, but this equation is v in terms of x, right? V in terms of x. So later we can find the dv dx from here. So actually here, you will follow the subject. So who's the subject in this equation? V. So if this is V, then here also dV. And then this will be automatic dV, and then the remaining one is dx dx. This is the correct way to do it. Let me explain one more time. This and this mesti sama, and then this and this mesti sama. But how I know is dv dv dx dx? Because the equation is V in terms of x. So before equals is V, so this one before equals is dV. And then the rest, and this one will automatic follow the same one, and then the other two will automatic be dx macam tu. Okay, dx dt is the final answer. This is what I want to find last kali, the final answer. Dv dt I don't have. I don't have. And dv dx I can find it here myself. I just differentiate, right? So okay, but I did this two, right? Dua-dua kena ada baru saya boleh cari ni kan. Okay, tak apa, I find the dv dx first. I find the dv dx first. So how to differentiate this? You will take power times with the number here. So 3 times 1 over 3, which is 1. Tapi 1 tak payah tulis. Just write pi x, power minus 1 is 2. Okay, before you sub inside, you have to ganti x dulu. So the x ganti with dia sudah bagi sini 3. So you ganti, you dapat 9 pi. So the 9 pi tulis dekat sini. Okay, but you need one more thing here. You need the dv dt. And dia tak bagi dv dt kan. So let's think about this. What is the dv dt for the cone? What is the volume punya rate? So okay, they got mentioned about water is poured into cone in 4 seconds, right? 4 seconds. So to get the dv dt, saya kena buat macam mana? Let me think. Saya kena ambil volume 4 seconds. So 4 seconds, what's the volume in the cone? After 4 seconds, what's the volume in the cone? Wait, let me think. Okay. Soalan A tadi dia cakap nak cari original volume of water in the cylinder, right? So it means that the original volume of water in cylinder is 96 pi. Okay, 96 pi. And you pour the 96 pi into the cone, right? But you pour it in, it says here, all the water is poured into the cone in 4 seconds. So after 4 seconds, this will be 96 pi also in the cone. After 4 seconds, after 4 seconds. It means after 4 seconds, all the water getting, semua water sudah pour dalam cone dah. Semua water sini, semua sudah kosong already. Everything transfer here already. But the volume will still be 96 pi. But this one is over 4 seconds. How to get for 1 second? 96 pi divide 4. Because you want to find the rate for 1 second. You dapatkan nilai for 1 second. So you will take 96 divide 4 and you get 24 pi. And this 24 pi is positive because it's for the cone. So for the cone, the volume is increasing over time. So apa maksud 24 pi? It means every 1 second, you punya volume tambah 24 pi. In the first second, you tambah 24 pi. Okay, next second, you tambah 24 pi. And then next second, you tambah 24 pi again. Okay, and then when you reach 4 seconds, it's already filled with 96 pi lah. Okay, and after 4 seconds, the cylinder sudah kosong already. There's no water left. Okay, because all the water all finished already. 4 seconds. So this is how we get the dv dt, and this 24 pi we have to write here. Okay, now we can find our dx dt. So I will write here dx over dt equals, okay, pi dengan pi boleh potong, 24 bahagi 9 you can use calculator. So my calculator give me 8 over 3. Okay, so that's the answer, 8 over 3. Okay, don't forget to write the unit. So x represents the height of cone. So this is in cm. And then over dt, dt is like over time, right? So time is a second, but dia duduk bawah, so I have to write s minus 1. So the rate of change of height is 8 over 3 cm per second. It means every 1 second, the cone height tambah 8 over 3. Itu maksud dia. Okay. Okay, let's do part C here. C says find the volume of water in the cylinder at 3 seconds. At 3 seconds. Okay, do you, okay, I'll just write here volume after, at 3 seconds lah. Let's follow how they ask here. Volume at 3 seconds. But it's the volume of cone, not the volume of cylinder. Okay, volume of volume of cylinder lah. Sorry. Volume of cylinder at 3 seconds. Okay, the original volume is 96 pi. Okay, at first lah. At first, this cylinder is filled with water, 96 pi right, at first. But after 3 seconds, it will be less water already because you pour here already, right? But there is still some water left after 3 seconds because they said they pour all the water is poured over 4 seconds. So at 3 seconds masih ada lagi sikit water yang tinggal dekat cylinder tu. So tinggal berapa? Okay, just now you already know every second you pour 24 pi mah. So you minus 24 pi 3 kali lah. Because every second 24 pi is getting poured into the cone. So you minus 24 pi, minus 24 pi, minus 3 times. Okay, then you will get the balance here. So if you tekan this, you will get 24 pi. And don't write the cm cube because this is volume, right? So this is the answer. Faham so kena minus because they are finding for cylinder. Okay, yeah, cylinder the volume keep on decreasing one. The volume getting lesser and lesser. Okay, so this is the answer. Sekarang kita buat my D. So D says what? Find the time required for the height of water to cone to reach 5 cm. So they want the x to reach 5. So let me think. They want the x to reach 5. But they want to find the time required. So time nak cari. Time required for the height of water to reach 5 cm. Okay, this formula is the formula for cone, right? V equals 1 over 3 pi x power 3. So can I masuk the 5 inside here? Yes, right? And when I masuk the 5 inside here, I can find the volume of cone. But they want time. So you divide with 24 pi later lah. Yeah. 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 Okay, let me explain. Okay, later you will understand. Now I start to do first. So first I'll use this formula. This formula is the volume of cone. So V equals to 1 over 3 pi x power 3. But they are asking you the time required for the height to reach 5 cm. So you want the height to be 5. So if you want the height to be 5, then the volume is how much? So you tekan this, you get 125 over 3 pi. But they are asking you how much time you need for the volume to fill up until 125 over 3. So macam mana nak tahu? Okay, you remember every second, for 1 second, your volume cone tambah 24 pi. Remember that? This 96 pi is after 4 seconds mah. But every 1 second, you tambah 24 pi. So how many seconds you will reach 125 over 3 pi? Just take this one bahagi 24 pi lah. So I'll just write time required. So this one I write here time required. I will just take 125 over 3 pi divide with 24 pi. Because every second, every 1 second, you will tambah 24 pi here. So if you want to know how many seconds it will reach 125 over 3, you just divide. Okay, the pi and pi can potong when you divide. So just left with 125 divide 3 divide 24. Okay, my calculator give me 1.736. Dia ada bagi banyak decimal lah. Banyak decimal place. So you write 4 significant figure. So 1.736. And this one, the unit is second. It means 1.736 second. Then the volume will reach this 125 over 3 pi. Okay. So ini cara dia. That's all. That's the answer. Okay, let's do question number 11. I think this is a probability distribution question. So probability distribution question in bahasa Melayu we call it taburan kebarangkalian. And this under this ada dua jenis soalan yang boleh tanya. First, dia boleh tanya binomial distribution ataupun dia boleh tanya normal distribution. So kalau normal distribution you kena tengok jadual. Right? Okay, tak apa, kita baca soalan dulu. Soalan a fruit supplier company has delivered guavas to a dining hall of a school. Okay, this one not important, tak penting. It was found that 5% of the guavas were rotten. Okay, this one important. So when they give you percentage, it will be the probability. So the 5% you can convert to probability. So 5% means 5 over 100. So the probability is 5 over 100, 0.05 lah. And this one they got say for rotten. So I'll just write here for probability of rotten. Then can you tell me what's the probability of good? It means the not rotten one, the good one. It will be 1 minus 0.05, which is 0.95. So remember, for this chapter, if they give you probability, you always find the other probability. Just take 1 minus. Right? So if this is probably a rotten, then the opposite one, the other side, the other probability will be the not rotten one, the good one. Right? Okay. I think I already know this. Okay, let's finish reading the question one first. So question one says what? If a random sample of 10 guava is chosen, find the probability that 9 of them are good. Okay. I think I already know this is binomial or normal. This question is a binomial distribution punya soalan. For binomial soalan, you will not tengok jadual. You will not tengok jadual. Okay. How you know whether it's binomial or normal? If the question is a normal distribution question, you will see the word normal in the question. For example, in B, you see here they got mentioned normal, right? So for B later kena tengok jadual. But this question is a binomial, so tak payah tengok jadual. So what formula you will use? You will use the probability formula later because they ask you to find probability, right? So the formula you learn to find probability is this formula: Bx equals to ncx p power x q power n minus x. So this is the formula we will use later. Okay, this is the formula that we learn in this chapter lah. Okay, so if a random sample of 10 guava is chosen, so this is the n. Okay. Oh, before you use this formula, you need to write down your NPQ first. Kalau you tak tahu NPQ, you tak dapat guna formula ni nanti. So write down the NPQ. So the n is 10. P is the probability of success. Q is the probability of failure. So you have two probability. Tapi yang mana success, yang mana P, yang mana Q. Okay, you have to look at what you want to find. You have to look at the last baris here. So what they want to find? Find probability that 9 of them are good, right? Okay, yang 9 jangan tengok dulu. 9 jangan tengok dulu. The keyword here is 9 are good. So the keyword here is good. It means the probability of success P will be good, 0.95. And then probability of failure will be 0.05. So if you want to know siapa probability of success, you will always see what you want to find. If you want to find yang good, then the good one is the success. Okay. If they want to find the probability of rotten, then rotten is the success, right? Okay, so let's write down all the possible values of x. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Okay, what's the meaning? Apa ini? Apa ini semua? It means out of 10 guava, maybe 0 success. It means 0 good. 0 good. Good means success. Ataupun 10 guava, satu saja yang success. Satu saja yang good. Ataupun 10 guava, 2 good. Or 3 good, 4 good, 5 good. Okay, what's the meaning of 10, 10? 10, 10 means out of the 10 guava, 10 are success. 10 of them are good. Okay. Okay, tapi you tak payah buat semua. You buat semua kenapa? Dia mau probability untuk 9 good saja. So you only do px equals 9 lah. So you only do px equals 9. Okay. Okay, the formula is like this. ncx, so 9c, what's the, sorry, 10c9. Silap. So 10 is the total. C, you only want to find 9 good, so 10c9. And then bracket, bracket. The P here is 0.95, and then the Q here is 0.05. Okay, the power here will be same with the number down here. So this is 9, this is also 9. And then this power will be this number minus this number. So 10 minus 9 is 1. So power 1. Okay. Okay, now we just have to press all this, and then you get the answer. 10 times 0.95 power 9, and then times 0.05. Okay, write in 4 significant figure, 0.3151. Okay, the last thing is I want you to check the soalan. Check whether betul tak dia mau probability. So check again. Find the probability, right? Okay, so this is the answer. Okay. Yeah, because sometimes they don't want probability. Sometimes they ask for number of bawah. Okay. So yang tu kena buat yang tu kalau dia tanya number, you kena buat lagi. You have to tambah your working. Okay, but if they want probability, then this one is the answer already. Okay, let's do number 2. Find the minimum number. What did I say just now? Find number. So later you cannot, after you find probability, you have to continue your working lah. Okay, find the minimum number of guavas required to ensure the probability of having at least one rotten is more than 0.85. Okay, they already give you the probability. You don't need to find the probability already. They already give you the probability is 0.85. But this probability 0.85 is for what? For at least one rotten. At least one rotten. So we can jadikan X the guava, right? And then at least one. So at least one, what symbol you will use for at least? At least one means besar atau sama dengan. So it will be bigger or equals one. But you have to be careful here because later your P is not 0.95 anymore. Your N is 10, but your P becomes 0.05 already. Because now the rotten is success already. I told you already, right? If you want to know siapa P, siapa Q, you kena tengok soalan nak cari apa. So this, just now the soalan asks you to find good. That's why the probability of good is the P, the probability of success. But now become rotten is success already. So P is 0.05, Q is 0.95. This is the cara betul. And I always recommend students to write the X. Write out all the possibilities. So out of 10, maybe 0 success, or 1 success, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Okay, why you have to write this? Why you have to write this? Because if you don't write this, you will always forget the 0. Usually students forget the kosong one. Yeah, students forget the 0 exists. So that's why I always teach if you are my student, I always, I always teach in class, I always say today's ni. Okay? But I know a lot of students don't like to write this. Yeah, they just want to do fast. They want to straight away do the formula. It's very kalau you buat macam ni boleh lah. Tapi make sure you jangan careless lah. You don't make careless mistake. But it's better to write it. If you write it, then it's more clear. Okay, sekarang kita boleh start finding the probability using this formula. But before that, let's determine what probability I want. Only mau probability yang at least one. Oh, and by the way, sekarang rotten is success. It means ini apa maksud? Kosong rotten. 0 success means 0 rotten. Ini 1 success, 1 rotten, 2 rotten, 3 rotten. 10 means all the 10 guava, all 10 success. It means all 10 rotten. Rotten is success for this. Okay, so dia mau bigger or equals 1. It means dia mau 1 kena ambil lah. 2 pun kena, 3, 4, 5. Ini semua. The px equals 1 plus px equals 2 plus 3 plus 4. All this probability add together equals 0.85. Right? But if you do like that, it's very slow, right? You have to use this formula banyak kali tau. You kena buat, satu kali, dua kali, tiga kali. You have to do so many times. And then tambah semua jawapan ni. So, sangat lambat lah you buat macam ni. So, ada cara cepat. So, the total probability for everyone here mesti 1. The total probability must be 1. So, if you want to do fast, you can just take 1 minus yang you tak mau. Yang you tak mau sekarang kosong, right? So, you minus kosong, dapat balance lah. So, you can do 1 minus px equals 0 equals 0.85. Understand? Yeah, like this. So I repeat one more time. They want px bigger or equals 1. It means they want the probability for 1 rotten, 2 rotten, 3 rotten until 10 rotten. So if you do like that, it's very slow. That's why I do it fast. I just take the total probability for everyone. So the total probability for everyone is 1, and then minus the 0, because that's the only one yang saya tak mau. So I minus the one to get the balance, and the balance probability is 0.85. Oh, and one more thing. They got mentioned about minimum here, right? Minimum number. So it means later your n is not 10 actually. I silap already. Yeah, your n is actually tak tahu. Your n is don't know. Okay? Yeah, your n is don't know. Okay? And also if they want minimum you shouldn't write equal here. Okay? Yeah, I made a mistake here. If they write minimum here, this should be bigger or equals like this. Yeah, bigger or equals. Okay. Let me explain a bit. They want to find the minimum number of guava, right? It means the n tak tahu. The n tak tahu nak cari, but they want minimum, right? It means you have to take the minimum. Minimum means sekurang-kurangnya mah. So the symbol is like this lah. Yeah, that's why uh wait, find the minimum number of guavas required to ensure probability having at least one rotten guava is more than 0.85. Is it correct if I do like that? Find minimum number of having at least one rotten is more than 0.85. At least one. Okay, I think this one it shouldn't be like this. It should be dia tak sepatutnya ada lines ini. It's just bigger saja. Yeah, I think it's just like this. Right? Yeah, I think this like this is correct. Let me explain a bit. Because they say at least one rotten. So x bigger or equals 1 lah. And then more than 0.85, so bigger 0.85, right? Then sir, what about the minimum here? Okay, it's okay. They want after you find your n, then only you choose the value yang bigger or sama dengan n. Faham? Because now you still don't know yet whether your n answer is like a decimal or macam mana. You tak tahu lagi kan? So that's why I will do it like this. Okay? Okay, so sekarang kita akan solve this one. Okay, let's use the formula. Px equals 0. So the formula is NC0. Okay, the n we don't know. Yeah, the n mau cari. So NC0 bracket. Probability of success 0.05. And then probability of failure 0.95. And the power here will be same with the number down here. So 0. And then the power here will be n minus 0, which is n. And then bigger than 0.85. Okay, sekarang kita boleh buat yang ini. 1 minus. Okay, NC0 is 1. Actually, anything C0 is 1. You can try in your calculator. 3Z01, 5Z01. So this one 1, sudah boleh potong. 0.05 power 0 is also 1. So boleh potong juga. So just left with 1 times 0.95 power n. Bigger than 0.85. And now you can pindah the 1 to the other side. Because you want to find n, right? So pindah jadi 0.85 minus 1 dapat negative 0.15. Sekarang pindah negative. So when you pindah negative, kena tukar tanda lah. So tukar tanda. So jadi 0.95 power n. Ini tukar tanda jadi 0.15. But when you pindah negative macam ni you have to terbalik your punya symbol. This bigger you have to terbalik. So when you terbalik jadi smaller. Why have to terbalik? Because you bahagi negative. Yeah, when you pindah negative macam ni means you bahagi negative 1. And when you bahagi negative 1, the symbol have to terbalik kan. So it's bigger jadi smaller already. Okay, now how to find n? Okay, you can see that this is an indices question. You can see something power n equals to something, right? So this one is like indices question. And 0.95 and 0.15, these two number, dia tak boleh tukar jadi same base. Yeah, you cannot make it same base. If you can make it same base, you make it same base. And then after you make it same base, you just compare the power. Kalau boleh lah. Tapi ini tak boleh one confirm. Because when you see decimal macam ni confirm tak boleh. So you need to use another method. You kena buat guna cara log. And you have to add log. When you add log, you have to add log for both sides. And you use log base 10, log base 10. Okay, this is 0.95 power n. But the power boleh hantar depan. And then 0.15 on the other side. Okay, now how to get your n? Log 0.15 divide log 0.95. So let's press log 0.15 divide log 0.95. Okay, wait I pressing my calculator. Okay, saya tekan. Okay, my calculator give me 36.9857. So 99 Yeah, 36.99. Okay, now I want to ask you a very important question. The symbol here have to write bigger or smaller. So here is smaller, right? But if you write smaller here wrong, you have to write bigger. Why? Because you divide with negative number. Okay, listen here. When you tekan log 0 point something, confirm you will get negative. When you tekan log 0 point something, you will get negative confirm. You can try with your calculator. Just tekan log 0 point anything, 0.3, 0.4, 0.72, whatever. Whenever you tekan log 0 point something, confirm you get negative. So it means when you tekan log 0.15 like this, if you tekan this separately, you will get negative. What happens if you tekan log 0.95 separately? You will get negative also. But why when you divide, you get positive? Because negative divide negative is positive. But if you tekan one by one, you tekan dia seorang macam ni, you tekan like separately, you realize that this one is negative. And when you divide by negative, what happens? You have to flip you have to terbalik the sign. That's why smaller become bigger. It means your n has to be any number bigger than 36.99, but it has to be integer. So the integer that is bigger than this is 37, right? Okay, why don't you take 38 or 39 or 30 or 40? Like 38, 39 also bigger, right? Also bigger than 36. But why you never take those numbers? It's because they want the minimum number here. So there's a lot of numbers that is bigger than 36.99, but the minimum number that is bigger than 36.99 is 37. So 37 is the answer. Boleh faham? So ini jawapan dia. Yeah? Okay, so now I want to continue. Okay, so I finished part A. Now I'll do part B. Okay, part A they ask binomial, right? So part B, high chance they will ask normal distribution. Very high chance is normal. Usually it's like that one. The format memang macam ni. Kalau dia tanya part A 5 markah binomial, then the other 5 marks they will ask normal. So if you read the question, you will know the weight of guava is normally distributed. So when you see this word in the exam, straight away you know already this is normal distribution, and you will, for normal distribution, you will use the jadwal, the Z value table to do this question, right? Okay, the weight of guava is normally distributed with a mean 320 and variance 225. So let's write down this. This is the mean symbol, equals to 320, and then comma, the variance is 225. Okay, for normal distribution, you will always convert the x value to z value, and the formula is z equals to x minus mean divided standard deviation. So can you tell me why they give us the mean and standard deviation? For us to convert to z value later, because later we have to refer the z value table, right? But they give us variance here. So variance is useless in normal distribution. Yeah, in normal distribution, we don't care about variance. Yeah, we don't really care about variance. We only want the mean and standard deviation. So let's convert this to standard deviation. How to convert? Square root 225. If the variance is 225, oh, this is the symbol for variance, and then standard deviation will be square root 225. And if you tekan, you get 15. So the standard deviation is 15, right? So later this, the mean and standard deviation, you need it to convert to z value later. Okay, now they say find the probability of the weight of randomly selected guava more than 330 gram. So they want to find probability. Okay, x jadikan x represents the weight, right? And more than 330, so bigger than 330 like this, right? And now you convert to z value, and then later you refer the z value table lah. Okay, so now I will write down here key convert to z first. So when you convert to z, you have to take the x value 330 minus mean 320 divide standard deviation 15. So now you have to press calculator and see what you get here. Okay, let me press 10 divide 15. Okay, 0.666666, right? Okay, I want you to write 3 decimal place only. So 667. Okay, wait, why I ask you to write 3 decimal place? Because later when you butcher you put in z value table, okay, this is your z value table. And if you look at the top left corner here, they will write z here. It means the outside value here, this is the z value. This is the z value. And for the z value, this part is for the first decimal place. This part is for the second decimal place. This part is for the third decimal place. It means you can only butcher. Okay, if you want to butcher from the outside, if you want to butcher, it means if you have the z value, you can only butcher the z value for until 3 decimal place only. That's why you write 3 decimal place. Okay. And when you butcher, you will get the answer inside here lah. And the answer inside here, that will be the area ataupun the probability. Okay, there will be probability answer or the area. Probability and area is the same thing. Okay, so sekarang kita boleh pergi Z value table, boleh baca. Okay, because this one is already positive already. So if it's Z bigger positive, can straight away baca your jadual already. If negative, then cannot. The negative one have to use different method. Okay, but kalau Z bigger positive boleh baca. So I will go to my Z value table and then cari 0.667. So I will find 0.6 here, and then I'll find 6 here, I'll find 7 here. And then I dapatkan these two value first. So let me scroll to the Z value table. Okay, so this is the one. So 0.667, so 0.667. So sekarang you faham kan kenapa saya cakap baca tulis 3 decimal place. Because if you baca from the outside, if you baca from Z value, dia hanya boleh baca sampai 3 decimal place saja. Okay, and then 7, where is it? Dekat sini, right? Okay, now you will take 0.2546 minus 23. But when you minus dekat belakang. So you will just tekan 46 minus 23. So let me press. I get 23 also. So the answer is 0.2523. 0.2523. So now I will go back to the working and write this. Okay, this is the answer, 0.2523. So let's remember this and write it at the working. So, okay, sini, 0.2523. Okay, and then make sure you double check whether they want probability. So let's check, find the probability. Okay, so yeah, this is the answer. Okay, because sometimes they ask for number one in the, yeah, in this type of question, sometimes dia tak mau probability, dia mau apa? Sometimes they want number, or maybe sometimes they want percentage. If they want percentage, you times 100. Okay, because if you want to convert the decimal to percentage, you times 100. Okay, okay, but kalau dia mau probability, then sudah siap. Okay, number two, find the value of H such that 90%. Okay, percentage means probability. Okay, percentage can convert to probability. So if I say 90% means the probability is 90% of the guavas have a weight greater than H. So P bracket, okay, the 90%, this is the probability. Okay, if the percentage is 90 means the probability is 0.9 because 90 divide 100. Okay, and this 90% 0.9 is the probability for what? For guava having weight greater than H. So let X become the weight greater than H like this. Okay, so this is how you write. Okay, but for this type of question later, you cannot tengok dari luar tau. When you refer your Z value table, you cannot tengok from the outside. You have to tengok from the inside. Why? Because this type of question, you have the probability, but you don't have the Z value. Yeah. So later, you have to tengok dari dalam. Yeah, you have to baca the table, but you have to baca in reverse lah. So first step is to convert to Z first lah, of course. So the X have to convert to Z, and the formula is take the H minus mean bahagi standard deviation. So mean is 320, standard deviation is 15, equals to 0.9. And you realize you cannot find your Z value. Yeah, because you don't know your H. So it's like you stuck here already. But it's okay because you have the answer. You have the probability answer, right? So what you can do now, okay, let's see. When you tak boleh buat you tak boleh kira you punya Z value, you let C equals to the whole thing here. So let C equals H minus 320 over 15. And then you rewrite the whole thing. PZ bigger than C equals to 0.9. And then you lukis. You lukis the bell shape. But you have to lukis 2 times. Kenapa lukis 2 kali? Because you don't know your C whether it's positive or negative. So you lukis 2 times. And then you check whether it's positive or negative, right? But it cannot be positive and negative at the same time, right? It's either positive or negative. So one of this is wrong, one of this is correct. Okay, satu saya jadikan C negative, another one I jadikan C positive. And later I see which one makes sense. Okay, kalau bigger I have to lorek ke kanan. So so from here onwards to the right. And then this one from here onwards to the right, like this. Okay, okay, only one of this is correct. So which one we have to reject? So is your C negative or positive? Okay, if you want to know, you will look at the probability answer. If your probability answer is more than 0.5, then you choose the besar punya kawasan lah. If the probability answer is less than 0.5, you choose the small kawasan. So 0.9 is more than 0.5, choose the big kawasan. So this is correct. It means your C is negative. It's not positive. So now you already know your C is negative. Now you know you cannot baca jadual already lah. Why cannot baca? Because you can only baca when it's PZ bigger positive. Now it's negative. So if it's Z bigger negative, you cannot baca jadual. But what you can do now is, what you should do now is you have to take 1 minus. Yeah, 1 minus. Okay, but after you know your C negative, I always recommend students to go to the last baris, you tulis siap-siap ini dulu, C equals negative. Because later you might forget. And then if you forget, then the whole thing wrong already. Okay, so I tulis siap-siap C negative, and then now I continue my working here, I do 1 minus. Okay, kenapa buat 1 minus? Sebab you punya shaded region sekarang, dia sudah cross over to the other side. Can you see it's already like the way I teach my student is like I tell them if the shaded region uh cross over to the other side of the y-axis. This is the y-axis, the vertical axis. And kalau the other cross over macam ni, you will always do 1 minus. Okay, so 1 minus apa? 1 minus yang you tak mau, because the total area for the whole thing is 1. So you minus with the one you don't want, which is this part right here. So this part I tak mau. So 1 minus the part yang you tak mau, PZ smaller. You don't want the left side, right? So that's why you find it so that you can minus it. So 1 minus PZ smaller than negative C equals to 0.9. And you know this is negative. So smaller negative can change to bigger positive because this is symmetrical. So smaller negative, same with the when you flip it, it becomes bigger positive, equals to 0.9. And then since this is already bigger positive, but there's a negative here, so I can pindah make it positive like this. And then the 0.9 move here become minus 0.9. So 1 minus 0.9 is 0.1. So now it's already Z bigger positive. Sekarang sudah Z bigger positive. So sekarang boleh tengok jadual dah. Okay. But when you tengok from jadual, you cannot tengok dari luar. You cannot tengok from the outside. You have to tengok from the inside. Because this 0.1, this is not the Z value. 0.1 is not the Z value. 0.1 is actually the probability answer. So you have to tengok from dalam and cari 0.1. You have to tengok from the inside and then cari 0.1 atau lebih sikit. Cari 0.1 atau lebih sikit. Okay? And your answer would be the Z value later. Your answer would be like this. So you have to baca in reverse. So let's go to the Z value table and cari 0.1 atau lebih sikit. Okay? So where is the jadual? Okay, sini. Let's go and find 0.1 or lebih sikit. So 0.11075. Okay, this one. 0.1 or lebih sikit. Okay, the next one cannot lah because this one 0.09. I have to take lebih sikit. So 0.1003. Okay, please tell me 100t macam mana nak jadi 0.11? Because I want 0.1, right? So 100t nak jadi 1. Saya kena minus 3, right? So let's go to this column, cari 3. Okay, dia tak ada 3 sini. Dia ada 2 dengan 4 kan? Okay, kalau macam ni, you just choose either one lah. Okay, so I'll just take either one. Because tak ada 3 mah. So the other 2 dengan 4, so you can choose anyone. So you can take 2 or 4. Either one. But I will take 2. And your answer will be outside. Your answer is at the outside. So your answer will be baca dari outside. So your answer will be this one. 1.28 and then 1. Okay. Sebab you baca dari dalam so you punya jawapan, you tak ada Z value. So you punya Z value dekat sini lah. So the answer is 1.281 macam ni. Okay. Baca sini, sini, sini. Baca dekat luar. Okay. Jawapan you dekat luar. Sebab you tak ada Z value kan. So jawapan you dekat luar. So 1.281 is the answer. So I will go back to the working now and write 1.281. Okay. Actually, it's not 1.281. It's negative 1.281. That is why I asked you to tulis siap-siap the negative, right? And why I got negative just now? Because just now I do experiment Remember, I draw 2 bell shape because I want to check whether my C positive or negative. And I found out it's negative. That's why your C answer is negative lah. And it's not finished yet. The soalan asks you to find H. So remember, just now C is actually what? H minus 320 over 15 equals negative 1.281. So now you want to find H, you just tekan lah. Negative 1.281 times 15 plus 320. Okay, I get it already. 300.785. Okay, usually if the answer got banyak decimal place, I will write 4 significant figure ataupun 2 decimal place. But for this case, dia just 300.785 saja. And then dia stop dekat sini already. So I will just write down the whole thing. Yeah, because dia tak ada bagi banyak-banyak decimal place. It just stops here. So it's better if you just write it. Because it's just one more digit. Just write it lah. Okay, so that's the answer. And let's write gram. Because this is weight, right? So the unit is gram. Okay, so that's how you do it. So this is also worth 10 marks. So hope you understand. Okay, sudah siap. Okay, now we are doing bahagian C. Okay, bahagian C, they will give you 4 soalan, but you jawab 2 soalan only. But in this video, I will do 3 questions. Okay? Yeah, when I do revision with my student, I like to do 3 questions so that student can have 1 question for backup. Okay? And I won't do the kinematic question. Yeah, the kinematic question I will always skip. So I will do the other 3 questions lah. Okay, number 12 is the solution of triangle punya soalan. So let's start. Solution by scale drawing is not accepted. This is not important. Diagram 9 shows the quadrilateral PQRS. This is also not important. Tak penting langsung. Soalan A1, find the length of PR. Oh, then it means that all the information here is enough for me to find, is enough for me to do A already. That's why they never give us any extra information. So let's start A1. They want to find PR, right? Okay, PR is this panjang right here. So you have 2 triangles. Oh, by the way, this is solution of triangle punya chapter. All the formula you learn is for triangle. Okay? So how to find PR? You want to use this triangle yang bawah or use triangle atas to find? Mestilah guna triangle yang atas. Because atas punya triangle lagi banyak information. Right? So can you tell me how to find PR using the atas punya triangle? You can use cosine rule. Yeah, you can use cosine rule because you have the other 2 sides and also you have the angle opposite of the PR. Yeah, the angle opposite of PR. So you can find using cosine rule. The way I teach my student, I just ask them to hafal. For cosine rule, okay, the formula for cosine rule is a square equals to b square plus c square minus 2bc cos a. Okay, this is the formula for cosine rule. And the way I teach my student is I just teach them to hafal. For the cosine rule, ada dua case saja. There's only two case in the whole world. In the whole world, ada dua case saja boleh guna cosine rule. First case is when they give you two sides, one included angle, and ask you to find the remaining side. And then the other case is when they give you all three sides, ask you to find any angle inside the triangle. Only these two cases can use cosine rule, and all the other case cannot use cosine rule. So dua case ni saja yang boleh guna cosine rule, right? But when you use cosine rule, you have to be careful this A and this A. The B and C, if you terbalik, tak apa. The B and C, if you silap tulis, terbalik tulis, tak apa. But the A, you jangan silap. Because if the A you silap, then the whole thing wrong already. Okay, let me give you one tip. How to know which one is A? You just tengok siapa depan angle, siapa opposite angle. So for example, if it's this case, the A will be this. Because opposite angle mah. So the side, depan angle is this side, so this side is the A. Okay, what about for like this? Kalau dia bagi tiga side, and if you want to find this angle, then the A will be the side yang opposite angle lah. So this is your A. Okay? Okay, but for this case, where is your angle? 36. So your A will be PR. So your formula will be PR square, and then equals to B square plus C square, which is the other two side. So 14 square plus 8 square, and then minus 2, 14 times 8 times cos A, which is cos 36. Okay, I'm just using the formula. That's all. So PR, okay, the square can pindah sana jadi square root, and all this you can press in your calculator. Okay, just tekan je semua. 14 square plus 8 square minus 2 times 14 times 8 times cos 36. So just tekan everything inside calculator, you will get 78.78. Okay, actually, the calculator give me banyak decimal place, right? So, I will only write 4 significant figure, but when I square root, I use the answer button. Okay, if you use the answer button, it will be more accurate. So the answer that comes out is 8.876. Actually, it's 875, but the next digit is 8, so I plus 1. So write in 4 cm, 8.876 cm. And make sure you label here also, because later you might need this for the next question. Okay, so let me erase this line. So PR panjang sudah ada 8.876. And do you realize for this triangle now you have all three sides. So if you have all three sides, you can use cosine rule again if you want to find any angle inside here. Yeah, because kalau bagi tiga side, yeah, you can use cosine rule to find any angle inside. Okay, but let's see. But we don't know whether that's what they want, right? We still don't know what the next question want us to find. So don't find it first. Let's see what they want. Number 2, dia nak cari angle PRQ. Okay, PRQ is not, we don't need to use the triangle bawah. PRQ is here. Yeah, PRQ is here. So if PRQ is here, we use triangle atas lah. And for this triangle atas, you can use cosine rule to do it. Okay, but it would be much more easy if you use the sine rule. Okay. Why I say you can use cosine rule is because you have because the A, you can make the 14, make that the A, and then the other two side you have already, so you can use cosine rule, right? But it will be easier if you use sine rule. And why can you use sine rule? Because you have the opposite of, okay, you want to find this one, right? The angle here. So you have the opposite of what you want, and you also have one pair. You also have one complete pair. That's why you can use sine rule. So bila masa boleh guna sine rule? When we have the opposite of what we want, and we have one complete pair. Okay, so when we have the opposite of what we want, and also we have a complete pair, then we can use sine rule. So this one can use sine rule lah. So what we want now is this angle. So since I'm finding angle, so sine PRQ over the opposite is 14 and equals to the complete pair. The complete pair is 36 and 8.876. But the 36 have to write atas. And if the angle tulis atas, the sine also follow one. The sine always followed with angle one. And then 8.876. Okay, now I can find sine PRQ. I just tekan all this times 14. Right? So wait for me. Let me press. Divide 8.876 times 14. Okay, I got 0.9271. Okay, but you still have to tekan shift sign answer. Okay, and remember that when you tekan shift sign or shift cos or shift tangent, you will end up with two answer. So let's tekan shift sign first. Okay, my calculator give me 67.988, so 99 lah. Okay, 99. But this one is the reference angle. ataupun you boleh cakap this is only one of the answer, ataupun the quadrant 1 punya answer, right? Sebenarnya when you tekan shift, sin shift, cos shift, tangent, there's actually two answers. Because you learn in trigonometry chapter, add sugar to coffee. If your sign answer is positive, you have two answer, quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. If cos positive, quadrant 1 and quadrant 4. If tangent positive, quadrant 1 and quadrant 3. Faham kan? And what if your sine cos tangent is negative? What if got negative here? Okay, if got negative, you don't tekan the negative. It means, for example, if this one is negative 0.9271, you don't tekan shift sign negative 0.9. Don't do that. Just tekan shift sign 0.9271. The negative only indicates quadrant. So don't tekan that. So you just tekan shift sign positive, take the positive value, and then tekan dalam calculator and let the calculator give you the reference angle. After they give you the reference angle, baru you convert. Okay, how to convert reference angle to other quadrant? Reference angle means the angle is in quadrant 1. So if you want to convert to quadrant 2, you take 180 minus. Convert to quadrant 3 is minus 180. Okay, and then convert to quadrant 4 is 360 minus. So this is how you convert. So now you already get your reference angle is 67.99. So what's the other answer here? The second apa sign positive ma. So it'll be first quadrant and second quadrant. So the other answer is in second quadrant, which is 180 minus angle. So what is 180 minus answer? 112.01 degree. Okay. But sir, how I know whether which answer I want to take? Okay, you can use your eyes. You just guna mata tengok this angle PRQ. So if you guna mata tengok, you can know whether this angle is quadrant 1 or quadrant 2. So if you look at this angle, you know this is more than 90 or less than 90. Confirm is more than 90. Because 90 degree is like this. 90 degree is like this. From here to here is 90. But this one is like sudah extra already. They're more than 90. It's go over 90 already. So sometimes the question will not tell you it's more than 90. But you don't need the question to tell you. You don't need the question to tell you whether it's acute angle or obtuse angle. You can use your eyes. You use your eyes, you can tell already whether it's more than 90 or less than 90. So for this case, it's more than 90. That's why we have to reject this answer. So this is the answer that we take here. Okay. And I want you to know also when you tekan shift cos shift tangent, you will also get two answer. Okay. But let me tell you, if you tekan shift cos, there will be one answer in quadrant 1, one answer in quadrant 4. Because if cos positive is quadrant 1, quadrant 4, right? But you know automatic, you will not take the quadrant 4 answer one. Because this is triangle, ma. How can angle be, quadrant 4 means your angle bigger than 270. It's not possible for the triangle. Because the triangle, when you plus every angle, you get 180. So, it's not possible to get angle yang 200 lebih one. So automatic, it will be, the quadrant 1 answer will be the answer already, right? It's just that when you tekan shift sign, you have to be careful. Because when you tekan shift sign positive number, you will end up with two positive. You will end up with first quadrant and second quadrant. And sometimes it's possible to have second quadrant angle in the triangle. Inside the triangle, boleh jadi ada angle yang between 90 and 180. We call that angle obtuse angle. Okay. So for this case, is like that lah. For this case, you can see it's an obtuse angle. It's more than 90 but smaller than 180. That's why we take this as the answer. Okay, I talked for a very long time already. I hope you understand. Now I'm just gonna continue with the B1. Okay, B1 I'll write here. So they want you to say, they say by using Heron's formula, calculate the area of triangle. Okay, what is Heron's formula? Heron's formula is a formula that you use to find area. Okay. So how to find area? Got two methods. To find area of triangle, you can use this formula 1/2 AB sin C, and the other formula is the Heron's formula. But this question dia sudah specific cakap nak guna Heron's formula, so you guna je lah. So the formula looks like this: A equals to square root S bracket S minus A bracket S minus B bracket S minus C. So this is the Heron's formula. And what is S? S is the A plus B plus C over 2. And what is the ABC? ABC is the three side of the triangle. The side of the triangle lah, ABC. Okay, they want to find area of triangle PRS. PRS is referring to the triangle yang bawah sini. Oh, actually, I should label the 112.01 just now. Yeah. Okay, now let's continue. So, dia nak cari area of this triangle. So, do we have all three sides? Yes. So, we can use the Heron's formula. Because the Heron's formula, we don't need the angle. Yeah, this formula tak ada guna angle one. We just need to have the ABC saja, all the side. So, after we have ABC, first we find the S first. So, the S will be all the side tambah semua. bahagi 2. So 8.876 plus 6 plus 10.2 divide by 2. So let's tekan and see what we get. 8.876 plus 16.2 and then divide 2. Okay, for the S, I get 12.538. Okay, 12.538. Okay. Alright, sekarang kita boleh cari dia punya area. So I'll just write A here equals to square root. Okay, and then let's do a line like this. Okay, sekarang kita ikut formula dia. S bracket S minus A. So the S is 12.538. And what you have to do now is you have to take the 12.538 minus all the side. Okay, minus all the side. So let's minus 6 first. So 12.538 minus 6. And then the other bracket is 12.538 minus the next side, 10.2. And then the last one, 12.538 minus the last side is 8.876. It means all the side have to minus kali lah. Yeah. Every side have to minus one time like this. So your area will come out the answer here. Okay, first I won't tekan the square root first. I will tekan everything inside dalam sini dulu. Tekan everything inside. So just tekan 12.538 open bracket 12.538 minus 6 tutup bracket or then open bracket again 12.538 minus 10.2 and then tutup bracket open bracket 12.538 minus 8.876 and then close bracket. Okay, my calculator give me 701.84. But this is not the answer. You haven't square root. So 701.84 and then sekarang baru you square root answer. Okay, my calculator give me 26.49. Okay, 26.49. So you tulis and the unit is cm square because this is area. Okay, sudah siap B1. Okay, now let's do B2. B2 what it says? Find the shortest distance in cm from point R to straight line PS. Find the shortest distance in cm from R to PS. Shortest distance. Okay, remember this. When you see this word shortest distance in solution of triangle, only in solution of triangle, when you see shortest distance, you will use area to do. Yeah, because shortest distance means the perpendicular distance. I repeat, shortest distance means the perpendicular distance. What is perpendicular? Serenjang. It means 90 degree. Okay, and you will use area to do this question. Okay, and you will use the area 1/2 times base times height formula. But only in solution of triangle, only when you see the word shortest distance in solution of triangle punya soalan baru you buat macam ni. Okay? Untuk ini chapter saja. So, let me explain. Find the shortest distance from R to PS. So, where is R? R is here. Right? And where is PS? Here. So, can you tell me what is the shortest distance from R to PS? The keyword would be 90 degree. Okay? So, you have to tarik satu line from R to PS, but it has to be 90 degree. Okay, if it's not 90 degree, then it's not the shortest. Okay, faham maksud saya? So I repeat one more time. Find the shortest distance. The shortest distance from R to PS will be the perpendicular distance from R to PS. 90 degree. Okay, because when it's 90 degree, that's when it's shortest. If you sengit a bit, then it's not 90 already. Then it's not the shortest distance. But if it's shortest, then automatic it has to be 90 one. That is why you will and you will use the area formula to do. Okay, do you remember just now you already have the area of PRS? You find it using the Heron's formula, you get 26.49. So now you will use the formula 1/2 times base times height equals to 26.49. And the height okay, the base you can use 10.2. Why I use the base 10.2 is because if the base I use 10.2, then I can involve this distance in my working already. Because this distance, this shortest distance will be my height. If I use the 10.2 as the base, then this distance will be the height. So it will be 1/2 times what? Times 10.2 times h. And the h is the one I want to find is this distance here. And then now you can just find your h. Just tekan ni saja. So 26.49 divide 10.2 times 2. Okay, I got 5.194. So write cm. So this is the answer. So remember, if in solution of triangle question, if you see the word shortest distance or perpendicular, you use the area formula to do it. And which area formula? The 1/2 times base times height. It means you will do 1/2 times base times height equals to the area Okay. It means kalau dia nak cari shortest distance, you will use area to do, right? On the left side, you will do the 1/2 time base times height formula. But on the other side, you will use the 1/2 AB sin C formula ataupun the Heron's formula. Okay. Actually, both method also will give you the same answer, right? So just remember that. Okay. Okay. I want to continue with the next question. Okay, there's one more question here. So they want us to sketch, right? Okay, it means there's ambiguous case lah. If you see sketch in solution of triangle question means it's an ambiguous case. So let's read. Sketch triangle P prime Q prime R prime, which has a different shape from triangle PQR, such that QR prime is equals to QR, QP prime equals to QP. It means they want the distance to be fixed. The distance they don't want to change. And then the angle here also, they don't want you to change the angle. The QP R prime angle must stay the same. And then hence take the value of angle P prime R prime Q prime. Okay, let's sketch first. So the ambiguous case happened at PQR. So let's go to PQR and draw out this triangle. So PQR like this, right? So let's draw it out. So let's make it like so we can see this is 8 cm. So this is shorter than this, right? Okay, so 14 cm. This is 14. And then this side must be like a bit longer lah, a bit longer. A bit longer. Okay. Tak payah measure one. Yang penting is this side has to be shortest. Because this one is 8 ma. So 8.76. Okay, so let's make it like a bit like this. Okay. Because if you don't draw, if you like for example, this side is shorter, right? But what if later when you sketch, you go and sketch this side longer? Then later your ambiguous case, you will draw the wrong ambiguous case. And then you salah already lah. That's why it's important. Walaupun you tak payah measure exactly 8 cm, 14 cm, you don't have to measure exactly, but make sure it's like the shortest one have to be the shortest one, the longest one have to be the longest one, and so on. Okay, so let's label it. This is P, and this is QR 14.8. So QR, this one is 14, this one is 8, right? And then what else? 8.876, 36. 8.876. Yeah, just transfer all the information. This one 112.01. Okay, actually we can find this angle here, right? Okay, but don't find it first. Right? Yeah, no need to find. Okay, so how can we sketch the ambiguous case for this? Okay, let's read again what condition they have. So they got give us 3 condition here. The first condition, the QR length have to stay the same. It means this line have to stay the same. And then the QP distance also have to fix. So I'll just use red color. So this one have to fix, this one have to fix. And then the angle QPR have to fix also. So this angle is fixed, right? So it means these 2 line cannot move. These 2 line cannot move. Because if I move this 2 line, if I move a bit only, if I move a bit, this line, if I move a bit, then this angle will change already. Then that's why I cannot move this line. This line also cannot move. So confirm I have to move this QR garisan, right? But when you move the QR garisan, can you move the point R? Should you move the point R or you should move the point Q? Okay, if I do like that, if I move the point Q like that, it means the point Q, I move it over here. Okay. But when you move it like this, you have to make sure the 8 is maintained. Yeah, the 8 is maintained, right? Because they want the 8 distance to be fixed. So when you move, you have to move like a circle, like this. Okay. And you move until when? Until it touch the thing like this. And why you have to move like that is so that this distance and this distance is 8, 8 like this. Because they say they want to fix this distance. But it's wrong, right? If you do like that. Why is it wrong? Because if you move like that, you can see the 14 distance is not 14 already. Because your new distance, PQ prime is not 14 already. It becomes shorter already. And they already said the 14 have to fix. Just now I put the red color like this means I want to remind myself this one have to fix. So this is wrong. So let me start over again. Ini salah. So this is wrong. So let's go back to like this. So it means that it cannot be like move like this. Because if you move like this, then the 14 yeah, because they want the 14 cm to be fixed. So I think it's the other way. It has to be Q, the R that move. Yeah, the R that move. Okay, but you will move to this to the right like this. Okay, it means you have to extend. You have to panjangkan this line. The PR line you have to panjangkan. You have to extend the line. Okay, and then baru you start moving. And do you realize when you move like this, the PQ panjang will not get affected? Do you realize that? Bila you gerak macam ni, your PQ 14 cm is it doesn't get affected, which is good because they want the QP distance to be maintained. They want to maintain fix this distance. Okay, so now let's start moving it. So you move until where? Okay, when you move down like this, it will go down one because you have to, how to say, you have to fix 8 cm. So when you move, mesti you go down one. It's like a circle lah. It's like you're moving like it's like Q is the center of circle, 8 is the radius. So you'll move like that. So it's like all the way 8 cm, 8 cm, 8 cm, and you will move until where? Until you reach here. Okay? Because the moment you reach here, then you tarik the line, then this angle will not get affected, right? Yeah, because you are just extending the line, so this angle not get affected, and this panjang also not get affected, and the 8 cm also is still not get affected. So we got follow all the three condition. So this is the correct answer. So let me erase everything and draw everything nicely. So this line have to panjangkan like this, okay? And since this is the old line, I will just use dotted line. Okay, dotted line. Okay. Okay, so don't forget this and this panjang is maintained, is fixed. So this 8 also. Okay, but let me draw it nicely because my one nampak macam tak sama panjang. Okay, so like this is good. Okay, and this is R prime. Yeah, this is R prime. So this is the R. I move it over here, R prime, and then this one will be Q prime. This one P prime. So which one is the answer? This one. Yeah, this one. Okay. The dotted line is the old one. This one is the old one. Okay. The new ambiguous case, the new one is the whole thing. Okay. Okay, now apa lagi dia mau? State the value of angle P prime, R prime, Q prime. Where is it? P prime, R prime, Q prime is here, right? Okay, this one very easy lah. Because this is an isosceles triangle. So isosceles triangle, this angle and this angle mesti sama one. And also you have the other side, which is 112.01. So you can find this very easily lah. So if just take 180 minus 112.01. Okay. So the angle P prime, R prime, Q prime, just tekan 180 minus 112.01. Okay, let me press. My calculator give me 67.99. Okay. Okay, 67.99 is here. But let me tell you here also 67.99. Because it's an isosceles. Segitiga sama kaki. So segitiga sama kaki, dua angles ini mesti sama. So 180 minus 112.01 is 67.99 degree. Okay, this is how you get 10 marks for this question. So I sudah siap. I will continue. Okay, number 13. Okay, this is index number punya soalan. Okay, so it will worth 10 marks also lah. Okay, let's read the question. Table 2 shows information related to the four main ingredients and the amount used by Miss Norma to make kueh boko ubi. So to make this kueh, you need four ingredients. Coconut milk, tapioca, brown sugar, rice flour. Okay, ini semua dia punya ingredient. Okay. And these are all the information. So they give you the price in 2021, price in 2024. So this is the price, so 21. And the symbol I will use to label this is P2021. Okay. So these are all price, P21. And this one is all P24. Okay, price for 24. And then this one is price index in the year 2024 based on 2021. Okay, price index, the symbol is I. The symbol is I. And for I, you will write down the year 2024 based on 21, means 2024 atas, 2021 bawah. Okay. Okay, the amount cup used, this one is weightage. Okay. When you see information like this, where you, if you don't know what is that, then automatic is the weightage one. Okay. Okay, let's talk about all the formula first. So in the index formula, you learn about the first formula. The index formula is P1 over P0 times 100. Or maybe you want to say Q1 over Q0 can also. Okay, Q1, Q0 or P1, P0 is the same thing. Right? Okay, and then the next formula you learn is the composite index formula. The formula looks like this. Take the total sum of I times W, divide with the sum of W. Okay, W is the weightage. And then the third formula, you will use it when you have 3 years in one question. Bila you ada 3 tahun dalam satu soalan, you will use the third method, which is the, like you have to draw like a smiley face like this, and then you have to write the year inside here. Write the year here. But when you write the year, you have to follow like from the from the paling from the, how to say, follow the order lah, from the oldest year to the newest year. Okay, you have to write in the order like this. And then for this and this and this, you will use it to write the index. But you can also use it to write composite index. Yeah, this one can use for can use for index, can also use for composite index. And the formula is, you have to, okay, if this is A, this is B, this is C, let's call this ABC for now. The ABC will either be the price index, or it can also be the composite index. And the formula is, the C will be equals to A times P divided 100. It means that the longest line here, you can see this is the longest line, will always be the other two times divided 100. Okay. Okay, but we will only use this method when got 3 years involved, when your soalan involved 3 years. And this method, you can use it to find price index. You can also use it to find composite index. Okay. Okay, I will continue with A now. So I will do A here. So they want you to find the value of X and Y, right? So if you tengok sini how to find X and Y. So X is actually the price, Y is also the price, right? So can you tell me which of this formula you will use? Got 3 formula. Which formula you will use to find? The first one lah. Because only the first formula can use to find price. This formula got price ah. Tak ada mah. The third formula also don't have. So confirm use the first formula. Right? The price, this price formula. So how you do it? Just go to the just write down the first formula lah. So the first formula is what? Price bagi price times 100. But this, the index you have already is 108. So it'll be 108 equals to, okay, this one is 24 based on 21. It means that the 24 price I have to write atas. So the 24 price is X. So X atas over 20 times 100 like this. So to get X, you just tekan calculator. 1.08 times 20. Okay, I get 21.6. Make sure you write RM lah, because this one X is the price. So RM and 21.60. Okay. Okay, the next one, they want to find Y. How to find? Okay, you will also use this formula. I equals to P1 or P0 times 100. But your I have already. So 150 equals to, okay, siapa atas, siapa bawah. Okay, this price index is for 24 based on 21. So mesti 24 duduk atas. So 4.8 duduk atas. And then Y duduk bawah times 100. Okay, if you want to find Y, you will pindah the 100 first. 150 divided 100 is 1.5 equals to 4.8 divided Y. And if you want to find Y, you will pindah the Y ke atas jadi times, and then the 1.5 you pindah bawah jadi bahagi. It means that this Y and 1.5 dia boleh tukar tempat. So when you tukar tempat, it becomes 4.8 bahagi 1.5. So you just tekan 4.8 bahagi 1.5. So you will get 3.2. And make sure you write RM also, because this one is price. Okay. Okay, so sudah siap A, 3 markah. Next one, B dia kata apa? The composite index for the cost of making kueh boko ubi in the year 2024 based on 2021 is 125.3. Find value of M. So they give you composite index. It means you use the second formula. Okay, this formula. Okay, okay, let's write down the information. Composite index. Okay, it's 125.3, right? But they got tell you the year. So what's the year? This is composite index for what year? For 2024 based on 2021. So this one is 24 over 21. And do you realize this 24, 21, the year match with this? Yeah, it match with the price index. Because the price index they give here, also the year is also same, is also 24, 21. That means later I can use this I. When I use this formula later, this I, the year have to always match with the composite index. Okay? If the year don't match, tak boleh guna. So this one match lah, because the composite index is 24, 21, and then the I later also 24, 21. So what's the formula? Take the price index times with the weightage and then divide with total weightage. So I will draw a line. Okay, I'll draw a line. Okay, and this line I will write down all the I times with weightage. So I will start with the first one, 130.5. Okay, the I times with the weightage 7, plus with 120 times M, plus with 108 times 2, plus with 150 times 1, and then everything divide with the total weightage, 7 plus M plus 2 plus 1. And then the whole thing equals to 125.3. And now you can find M. Okay. Okay, first I will do down here first. So you become what? So, okay, so here become a line like this. Okay, you become M plus, okay, 7 plus 2 plus 1 is 10. Okay. The M cannot plus lah because you don't know M, right? And then equals to 125.3. Okay, yang atas macam mana? Okay, the 120M you cannot plus together because dia ada M, so dia tak boleh plus. But this one and this one and this one can plus. So just press calculator lah. 130.5 times 7 plus 108 times 2 plus 150. Okay, I get 1279.5. So tulis 1279.5. Okay, sekarang nak cari M. So I can pindah this whole thing ke atas jadi darab. So it becomes what? 120M plus 1279.5 equals 125.3 times M is 125.3M. And then 125.3 times 10 is 1253. And since I want to find M, so M dengan M boleh buat. So tapi you have to make it on the same side first. So I will pindah my M like this. Okay, because I want my M to be positive. So 125.3 minus 120, you get 5.3 M here. And then the rest all you throw to the other side. So the 1253, I will throw it to the other side. So you tekan 1279.5, and then the plus 1253 pindah jadi minus already. So you will get 26.5. And then the final step, 26.5 divide 5.3. Okay, so let me press. Okay, my calculator give me 5. So now I already know M is 5, and M is actually the weightage. Okay, yeah, so that's the answer. Okay, sudah siap? Let's do C. Okay, C says the cost for making a dozen means what? 12, right? Dozen, 12. So the cost for making 12 kueh boko ubi increased by 35% from the year 2024 to the year 2026. If the cost increased 35% from 24-26, it means the index number will be 135, right? But this is the composite index because it's the cost for making ubi, right? Yeah, ubi means like, yeah, the composite index for okay. You can see sini dia tak tulis boko ubi. These are all the single ingredient. Okay, so boko ubi is the average for everything. Okay, so if they say the price of boko ubi means the composite index. The composite index is 135 from the year 24 to 26. So this 135 is the composite index for 2026 based on 2024. That's the meaning. Okay, next one, it says the selling price of a dozen pack of kueh boko ubi is 72 ringgit. So this one is the selling price. Okay, I will write down the information. Selling price. But this one is in what year? Selling price for a dozen is 72 in the year 2026. So I'll just write 2026 like this equals to 72. And then they say profit 24 ringgit in 2026. So profit also the 2026 punya equals to 24 ringgit. Okay. Okay, and then what it says, calculate the cost of making a dozen packs of kueh boko ubi in the year 2021. Okay, first of all, dia ada cakap dozen kan. So this dozen actually it doesn't affect my working. Because dia bagi sini selling price of dozen. But at the end also they are asking to find dozen. It means we can ignore the dozen. We can ignore this word. The dozen we can ignore because walaupun dia bagi yang selling price for dozen, but at the end also you are finding for dozen. So you don't have to worry about the dozen. So you just worry about just straight away find the cost lah. So how you do it is you have to, okay, let's see. Okay, I think I know now. You have to use the first formula because they want to find cost means you want to find price, right? Price. And if you want to find price, confirm use first formula. Confirm one. Okay? Confirm. Okay? But I think you will get stuck later. Yeah, I think you will get stuck later, but it's okay. Let's get stuck first. Okay? After we get stuck, then only I teach you how you should do it. So you will use the first formula. So the first formula looks like this. I equals P1 over P0 times 100. Right? And you will find the cost of making in the year 2021. Correct? So cost of making 2021. So, oh, but they could give us the selling price for 2026 and profit for 2026, right? So we can actually find the cost for 2026. Okay, I know now. So the formula to find profit is you take the selling price minus with the cost. Yeah, we will use this formula. Profit is the untung, the keuntungan, right? So the keuntungan is you take the selling price minus the cost making the product. So this is how you find profit. So can you tell me if they give us selling price in 2026 and profit 2026, can I find the cost? Yes, right? The formula to find cost is you take the selling price minus the profit. Because you pindah mah, the negative cost when you pindah sini jadi positive, and then the profit pindah sini jadi minus profit. So to get the cost, you have to take selling price minus profit. So you will take 72 minus 24, right? Okay, let's press 72 minus 24. What you get? 48. So what is 48? 48 is the cost for 2026. 48 ringgit. Okay. Okay, now you have the cost 2026 48, and you're trying to find the cost for 2021. So one is in 2026, one is in 2021. So obviously the 2026 have to tulis atas. Yeah, 2026 48 have to tulis atas. Okay. And then the base year will be 2021. Okay. Always the newer year duduk atas one. The older year you duduk bawah. So 2021 cost yang duduk bawah dia suruh cari. So I don't know. So I'll just call it P 2021 for now. Okay, it means I want to find this lah. Okay, do you agree? If I want to find the price 2021, I need the I. Do you agree? I need the I. If I don't have the I cannot find this, right? So I need the I answer here. Now I want to ask you, this I have to masuk what I? Okay, tell me the year first. Tell me the year first. The year have to be what? It has to be matched with this year also lah, which is 26 over 21, right? And also it has to be the composite index. It's not just the okay for 26 21, but it has to be the composite index for 26 21, because these are all cost of kueh ubi. Okay, so it's like you have to take the composite index, right? And also you will realize now you don't have the composite index for 26 21. Ini bukan ini 26 24 punya composite index, so it's not the same. And also you cannot use the one in the table also cannot, because in the table this one is 24 21. Saya mau 26 21. So I get stuck already. So what I have to do now? I have to find out the composite index for 26 21. Then baru saya boleh ganti masuk and continue here. So how can I find the 26 21? Okay, this one you have to use the third formula. Yeah, the smiley face method like this. So when you use this method, you will involve all the 3 years, right? And also if you look at the question, memang ada three years here, 2021, 2024, 26. So let me draw the smiley face like this, and you will write the year. So start with the first year. So the first year here is 21, 24, 26. So 21 followed with 2024, followed with 2026, right? Okay, now you will put in the values here, right? Okay, I already tell you the value you put here, it can be the price index, it can also be the composite index. But for this case, what do you think? You will put in the what? For sure, you will put in the composite index, because you are trying to find the composite index. So automatic, you will find the composite index, right? Yeah. So you put in the composite index. So yeah. You can put in the composite index, because for 24 to the year 2026, all the ingredient increased 35%. It means for the I for 26 24 all same, 135 135 135 135. That's why the average also 135. That's why the composite also 135, because every single because that's why the composite that's also 135. Okay, 36 24. So for this case, you can actually just use the composite index to put inside the here, right? But I want you to know something. If all this number is not the same, for example, this one 135, this one 120, this one 180, semua tak sama, then you cannot do like this already. Okay, for case yang semua tak sama, you have to do 4 times the smiley face method. You kena buat 4 kali. You have to do 4 times. Why I have to do 4 times is because you have to find out every single I for 26 21. Every single I for 26 21, every single one you have to do separately. It means you have to do 4 smiley face, and then only you find the average. Okay, because every year different then you have to do like that. Okay, so remember that that one important. Okay, but this one kalau semua sama you can straight away letak. So the 135 is the composite index for 26 24. So the 135 I write here. And then I remember just now they got mentioned about composite index for the 125.3. This is also composite index, but it's for 2024 based on 2021. So 24 21 is here lah, 125.3. And you're trying to find this, right? Okay, this is the longest line. So the longest line will always be what? Will always be the atas punya darab times 100. Okay, I mean times and then divide 100. So how to write this? So now you are actually finding the composite index. So the composite index for 26 over 21, it will be 125.3 times 135 divided 100. And now I just tekan this, and then I will get the answer. Okay, my answer here is 169.155. But this is not the final answer. You have to put inside here 169.155 equals to 48 over P21 times 100. Now you find your P21. So 48 over P21. Okay, this one divide 100, you get 1.69155. And then now to get the price 21, this one can tukar tempat. Bahagi jadi darab, darab jadi bagi. Just tukar tempat. And then just uh, tekan 48 bahagi 1.6911155. Okay. Okay, my calculator give me 28 point. Okay, you should write two decimal place because it's a price. And write RM also. So 28.376, so 38. So the price is 28 ringgit, 38 cents. Okay. So this is also part of the working. Because without this, you cannot find the price. Okay. You cannot find the cost if you don't do this first. Okay. Okay. So I think I finished already. This is how you get the full 10 marks for the index number question. So sudah siap lah. Okay, 14 I won't do. 14 is the kinematic question. So I will skip this, right? So I will do the last question now, which is number 15. So this one is a graph question. It's called the linear programming. Dalam bahasa Melayu, pengatur caraan linear. This one have to use graph paper one. Okay, let's finish this paper. Last question already. Let's go. A tuition center offers two different package A and package K for Form 4 pupils. The number of pupils for package A is X, for package K is Y respectively. Okay. So when they tell you what the XY represents, you should write it down. Okay, where should I write it? Okay lah, I'll just write it here lah. So you have package A, you have package K. And the X represents number of pupil or number of student lah, number of students. So X join package A, and orang yang join package K ada Y bilangan. So the XY is actually the bilangan, the number bilangan orang. And then they say the intake of people is based on the following constraint, and then bagi 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's baca A first. So A says write three inequality other than X greater than 0, Y greater 0, which satisfy all the constraint. Okay, why they mention X must be bigger or equal 0? Because XY is number of student. Number of student mana ada negative. So confirm has to be bigger or equal 0. Okay. Okay, so first inequality, the total number of pupil enrolled for package A and K is not more than T. So very easy. The first one, so I'll write my working here. Number A, the first one, the answer is X plus Y. Yeah, because they say total number of pupil. Not more than. Not more than means smaller or equals P. Tak boleh lebih. So lebih kecil atau sama dengan lah. Second one, the number of people for package A is not more than twice the number of people for package K. So number for A, I use X to represent. Not more than, so tak boleh lebih, so kecil atau sama dengan. Twice the number of K, so 2Y. Sudah siap. Next one. The number of people for package K must exceed the number of people for package A by at most 10 pupils. Okay, some of you might struggle for this. Okay, but for my own student, the way I teach is I will tell them to ambil besar tolak kecil. Whenever you see this type of question, where they say like must exceed by at least this or exceed by at most this, I always tell my student just take besar tolak kecil. Okay, what do I mean by that? Okay, let's read again. Number for package K must exceed the number of people by at most 10. It means when you take besar tolak kecil, the difference must be at most 10. Okay, bila you ambil besar tolak kecil, dia punya beza dia kena at most 10. Beza dia kena selebih-lebihnya 10. So that's why I say ambil besar tolak kecil. So siapa lebih besar sekarang? Package K or package A? So dia cakap package K must exceed the number of package A. It means package K kena melebihi package A by at most 10. Okay? So maksudnya you kena ambil Y minus X. Sebab besar tolak kecil. Okay? And when you tolak, you will get the beza, right? And the beza must be at most 10. So smaller equals 10. Sebab at most, selebih-lebihnya means you punya symbol smaller or equals. Okay? At most means tak boleh, dia punya gap tak boleh more than 10 lah. Dia punya gap, dia punya beza, difference kena 10 or kurang daripada 10. Okay? So K must exceed number of A by at most 10. Ini maksud dia. Okay, I already finished my part A. Okay, but it's a bit weird, right? Because they never give us the P here. But if you take out B here, it says what? The first constraint is represented by the straight line in the graph shown. State the value of P. So they say the first constraint is already represented by straight line in the graph. So let's go to the graph. Okay, you can see that they already draw one line for me. All right. So this line is the first inequality. The first inequality, x plus y smaller equals p, right? So now can you find p? Actually, yes. P is 70. Yeah, p is 70. Okay. You can see that the y-intercept is 70, the x-intercept also 70, right? So if the x-intercept y-intercept 70, it means your p must be 70. Why? Because when x plus y equals 70, when you ganti x0, you get y70. When you ganti y0, you get x70 also. That is why this number must be 70. It cannot be other number. It has to be 70. If it Because then only you will end up with you will end up passing through the 0, 70 and 70, 0. Okay. So this is the answer. Okay. Okay. Of course, there's another way to do it. You can also do it like this: 0, 70, 70, 0. You have two coordinate, so you find the gradient. When you find the gradient, you will take y minus y, 0 minus 70 over 70 minus 0. And then you will get negative 1. And then you do y equal mx plus c. So y equal negative 1x plus c. But the c y-intercept is 70, right? And then you pindah x plus y equals 70. And then you compare this with this. And when you compare, you realize the p is 70. Okay? So you can also do it like this if you want. So, okay lah, I don't want to erase this. I'll just leave it here. Okay? Okay, so you can write this for your working if you want. Okay, soalan C. On the graph, construct and shade the region R which satisfy all the three constraints. Okay, this one is normal lah. They always ask you to do this one. So for part C, you have to draw out all the three lines and then shade the region. Okay, the first line they already draw for me. The first line is x plus y equals 70. The P is 70, yeah. And you don't have to find point already because they already draw for you. Okay, but I find it anyway lah. 0, 70, 70, 0. Okay, so done already. And this one you don't need to draw already. They already draw for me. The next garisan is x equals 2y. So later you have to find 2 points also. Okay. Oh, by the way, you have to change all this to equal now. So the y minus x, this one also change to equal. Okay. Why change to equal is because you want the line equation now. Okay. The bigger, smaller, later when we shade the region, baru kita tengok. Okay. When we shade the region, then only we will look at the bigger or smaller. Now we are trying to get the line first. So when we draw the line, we don't care about bigger or smaller. We only want the equation first. So that's why we change to equal. Okay, when you sub x0 here, what happens? 0 divided 2 is 0 lah. But if you sub y0, you will get back x0. So don't do that. You find another point. So what point you can find? Okay, I remember just now your y reached until 70, right? So I think you can put x70, yeah. Because if you put x70, then the y later would be 70 divided 2, which is 35. So this point later is easy to plot, right? Okay, what about the next one? You can sub x0. When x0, the y will be 10. But if you sub y0, the x will be negative 10. And I don't like it because usually this chapter, your x-axis, y-axis will everything is positive one. So let's use another point. So y minus x equals 10. So let's try to make the y single. So minus x when you pindah sana dia jadi 10 plus x. So you can make x 70 because when your x is 70, then your y would be 10 plus 70, which is 80. So this is a point yang you boleh plot nanti lah. 70, 80 possible, right? Yeah, 780, 80, yeah, it's possible to plot this. Okay, so now we can start to draw the three lines. Okay, so the first line no need to draw. They already draw for us. But did they write the equation though? They never write. Okay, so I write myself. X plus y equals 70. You should always write the equation for the lines. Okay, the next line is 0, 0, 70, 35. This is the x equals 2y punya line. 0, 0, 70, 35. X equals 2y. 0, 0, sini. 70, 35. Sini. And then x equals 2y. So garis and write the equation. Okay, I want you all to know something. Whenever you draw this line, you should always check whether it's a solid line or a dash line. Solid line means garisan macam ni. Solid line means garisan dia macam ni. Kalau dash line means garisan yang putus-putus, right? So how you know whether solid line or dash line? You look at the inequalities. If the inequalities ada line dekat bawah macam ni, it means you will use solid line. Tapi kalau tak ada garisan dekat bawah, then you use dash line. So for this question, all the 3 line you have to use solid line sebab semua ada garisan dekat bawah. So all solid line. But you double check lah just in case. Okay. But most of the time, most question yang you buat lah in Addmaths punya all other garisan bawah kan. So that's why you don't have to worry too much. But I want you all to ada biasa check macam tu. You have the habit, you check, you always check like that. Okay, sekarang sudah siap the second line. The third line is 0, 10, 70, 80. So the third line have to passes through 0, 10, 70, 80. 0, 10, 70, 80. So 0, 10, 70, 80. 70, 80 is here. So draw the line and write the equation. Okay, so garis and then write the equation. Also use solid line. Yeah, because this the inequality dia ada garisan dekat, dia ada buat line dekat bawah. So what's the equation just now? Y minus x equals 10. Let me double check. Y minus x equals 10. Yeah, correct. Okay, now the next part is shade the region. Shade the region R. So how to shade the region? Okay, when we shade the region, we will look at the inequality now. The bigger, smaller lah. Okay, let's look at the first inequality. X plus Y have to be smaller than P, but the P is 70, right? Okay, so we have to check whether your Y positive or not. Kalau you punya Y positive, baru boleh terus tengok. Kalau Y tak ada positive, tak boleh tengok. So, what happens now? Y is positive, right? So, kalau Y positive, boleh terus tengok. So, this one is smaller. So, it means that kita kena ambil bawah garisan. Okay, bawah garisan X plus Y 70. Okay, so the shaded region will be bawah this line. So, let's go to this line. X plus Y equals 70. Ambil bawah garisan. Sebab smaller. So, bawah garisan, bawah garisan. Okay, this line. Okay, you jangan pergi tengok line ni itu salah ni. That's why I ask you to write the equation lah, so that you know you don't confuse which line. So this line is the one. This is the first line. Okay, the second line, the next line. Look at the inequality. Okay, this one is smaller, right? But actually, you have to shade atas tau. Why? Because if I already tell you, you have to check the Y positive and you have to tengok from Y. So if you tengok sini 2Y, right? But the Y is here. So you have to terbalikkan, it will become 2Y X like this, and then this smaller, it become bigger. Okay? Yeah, because when you terbalik, the symbol also have to terbalik. You can see this arrow is pointing to X. So when you terbalik also, it has to point to X. That's why it's bigger. Okay? Ataupun the other way to teach this is you can just, kalau you punya Y positive duduk dekat sini, duduk dekat right hand side, you just tengok dari Y lah. You just tengok dari Y positive, so it's bigger. Okay? So faham kena tengok yang bigger. Okay, so go to this garisan, X equals to Y, and then ambil atas. Sebab bigger. Sebab kena tengok dari Y positive. Okay, so bigger means atas garisan. So which garisan? Not this one. No, not this one. X equals to Y is this one. So ambil atas garisan ini. So kawasan lorik dia sini dengan sini. Okay, the last line. Y minus X smaller equals 10. The Y sudah positive, right? So boleh terus tengok smaller. Okay. If the Y positive on the right side, then you have to tengok from the other side. It means you have to take the opposite lah. Dia ada dua possibility saja mah, bigger atau smaller. So kalau bukan smaller, bigger. Kalau bukan bigger, smaller. So if the Y positive on the other side, then you have to tengok. You have to terbalikkan the symbol because you have to tengok from the other side. Faham kan? Okay. So kena ambil bawah garisan Y minus X equals 10. So garisan Y minus X equals 10, ambil bawah dia. So ini ambil bawah dia. So this is the bawah dia. Okay, so which one is the region R? So which region here is the overlap region? This one, right? Because this region got all 3 arrow. Okay, got 3 arrow. So now I already know my answer. Now I can erase. Now I can erase all these arrows, and then now I can shade the answer. So I already know this answer is here. So I will call this R. Yeah, I have to write R because the soalan ada suruh tulis. And then you just lorek macam ni. Just shade the region. Okay, you can use ruler if you want. If you use ruler to draw the line, dia nampak kemas kalau you guna ruler. Okay, sudah siap. Sekarang boleh buat part D dah. So part C, construct and shade the region R. Sudah siap. Sekarang buat part D lah. Okay, D1. Using the graph constructed in 15C, find number 1, the range of number of students for package K if the number of students of package A is 20. Okay, kalau dia bagi X, saya boleh cari Y. Kalau dia bagi Y, saya boleh cari X. Sekarang dia bagi 20. This 20 is X or Y? When, okay, this 20 is package A mah. If you tengok balik the arrow here, package A is X. So when X is 20. And then they want to find the range of Y. Okay, they want to find range means your answer will look like this. Y in between. And here you have to put in the Y minimum. Here you have to put in the Y maximum. Okay? This is how you write the range. Okay, how to find the Y minimum, Y maximum. First, you go to X-axis, cari 20 dulu. So go to X-axis, find 20, and then start to draw a dotted line. So this X20, draw a dotted line. And then the first contact point with the shaded region, you tarik to Y-axis. This is the Y minimum, right? Okay, then what about the Y maximum? Y maximum, you will keep going until the last contact point with the shaded region, which is here, and then tarik, right? You jangan continue because tak ada shaded region already. Sini. There's no shaded region up here, so no point if you keep going. So I repeat one more time. Minimum means you take the first contact point. Maximum, you take the last contact point. So this is the last contact point. Atas sudah tak ada shaded region already. This is the last contact point with shaded region. So the minimum is 10, the maximum is 30. So just go here and write Y in between 10 and 30, and then sudah siap already. Okay, now let's do D2. D2 says what? Find the maximum total fees per month that can be collected if the fees per month for package A and K are 120 and 100 ringgit. Okay, this one, you have to slide your ruler later. Yeah, it's like the sliding question. Yeah, you have to draw one dotted line, and then you have to slide, make sure it's parallel all the way, and then your answer you will take at the vertex. Jawapan you mesti ambil dekat bucu kan. Okay, yang tu lah. Okay, first thing first, write down the total fees. So dia cakap apa? Dia nak cari maximum total fees, but they already said fees for package A is 120, so the total fees is 120x plus 100y. Okay, and then now you write down the 120x plus 100y, and then this number you will choose you can put any value, but it's recommended to put value yang boleh bahagi 120 and bahagi 100. Because if the value can divide 120 100, then it's very easy to it will be easy to find the points later. Okay, so usually you will choose the LCM. LCM means you choose the lowest common multiple, ataupun dalam bahasa Melayu gandaan sepunya terkecil. You choose the lowest common multiple 120 100. So what is the lowest common multiple? Okay, 120 times 2 is 240, but 240 cannot divide 100. 120 times 3, 360 cannot divide 100. 120 times 4, 480 cannot divide 100. But 120 times 5 is 600. And 600 can divide 100. So the lowest common multiple is 600. Gandaan sepunya terkecil untuk 120 and 100 is 600. Because why 600 is good? Because it can divide 120 and it can also divide 100. So later when you find the points, it's easy lah. So just sub x0, y0. Okay, when you sub x0, your y will be 600 divided 100, which is 1. And then when you sub y0, 600 divided 5. Okay. Okay, 0, 1, 5, 0. Okay, you can plot, but it's a bit here, right? Okay lah, can lah. 0, 1. Okay, 1 is just naik satu kotak saja. Okay. Oh, and by the way, if you want to tambah I think if you want to tambah satu kosong can also because if you tambah satu kosong it will be better because it will be 0 10 50 0, which is better. Okay lah, actually I'll do it like that lah. Just put another 0. So why I do that is because it's much more easy to draw if I do it like this. So it'll be 0 10 50 0. Because if I add another 0, this becomes 10 0 and 50. So now it's much more easy to draw the wait 0 10. Betul lah. Wait. Did I did something wrong here? When x0, I did something wrong, right? Okay, when x is 0, 6,000 divided 100 is 60 ma, right? I go and write 1 just now. Okay, I silap already lah. Okay, when y is 0, 6,000 divided 120 is 50, right? Yeah, this one 50. Okay, I made a careless mistake just now. So it should be 0, 60, 50, 0. Yeah, so 0, 60 is here. Okay, 0, 60 is here. 50, 0 is here, right? Okay, when you draw this, you have to use dotted line. You have to use dotted line. Okay, so let me just draw it using solid line first. And then now I will change to dotted line. So use dotted line. Okay, So let's remove this line now. Oops. Wait. Okay, so remove this line. Okay, so this is how it looks like. And make sure you write down the equation of this dotted line. 120x plus 100y equals 6,000. 120x plus 100y equals 6,000. Okay, now we can start to slide the line. Okay, we can start to slide the line. Okay, now it says what? They want the maximum total fees per month that can be collected. So what you have to do now is you have to slide this line. Okay. Let me do it like this. Okay, what we have to do, we have to take this line and we have to slide. But when you slide, we have to make sure it's parallel all the way. But you don't go and slide here. Because they want maximum. So what you will do is you will slide up here, okay? And when you slide up here, you will make sure it's parallel all the way, and you will slide until the max. They want maximum, right? So the answer will always be at the bucu. Bucu means the vertex. Bucu. This bucu. Ini bucu. Okay. The vertex, the vertices. Jawapan dia mesti berada di bucu. But which bucu? I don't know. You have to slide until the last bucu, right? And also, I always teach my student to use two ruler. Okay. Guna dua pembaris. Satu pembaris untuk letak dekat line ni. Another pembaris letak bawah. So that when you slide, it will stay, how to say? The other ruler you put like this. So that when you slide, it will be parallel all the way, right? Okay, I cannot show you lah because I'm using my laptop now. So you just do it yourself lah. Okay, so this is how it looks like. You will slide until the last pucuk. Okay, contoh when you slide until here, you realize that, oh, I already jumpa the first pucuk, which is 30, 40. But it's wrong. If you take this pucuk, it's wrong. Maximum, you cannot ambil the last pucuk. You can see that there's one more bucu yang line ni belum sentuh lagi. So you have to keep going until the last bucu dia sentuh. So this is where you sentuh the last bucu. Can you see it? And after you reach here, you will draw a parallel line, draw a line like this, right? And of course, this line will be parallel to the line here. These two lines will be parallel. So let me remove this line. So this is how it looks like now, right? After you reach the bucu, you draw a dotted line, right? And now you have to take the bucu punya coordinate. So let me besarkan for you. Now you have to take the bucu punya coordinate because later we need this in our working. So as you can see, the bucu punya coordinate is like somewhere here, right? And if you baca this, is like 45, 46, 47. So it's like 47.5. Okay, this one is like 47.5. And then this one is like 20, 25, 24, 23.5. But other logic, because the XY represents number of student. So number of student cannot have 0.5. So for this type of case, you will find another point that is near to this bucu. Bukan saya tak mau ambil bucu. Tapi sekarang you punya bucu, you dapat point yang apa? Your coordinate is like other decimal and it doesn't make sense because now your XY represents bilangan student. So what you will do, you will not take this, you will not take this. You will take other points that is near to this point. So can you tell me, got 4 points that is near to this? So you have 1 point here, another point here, another point here, another point here, right? So you will choose one of this, right? Okay, but which one you will take? Okay, make sure you don't take the one that is outside the shaded region. Okay, so make sure the point it to take is inside the shaded region, and also make sure it's like maximum. Maximum means dia lagi is more, how to say, dia berada di atas kanan, dia berada di maximum. Okay, it's more at the top right position. So what you have to do now is you have to confirm you cannot take these 2 points. So out of these 4 points, you will not take this and this because this point is outside the shaded region. So this one confirm cannot take already. So it's either you take this, the one yang bawah sini, or this one, right? But if you take this one, you can take this actually because it's inside the shaded region. But if you take this, it will be 46.23. Okay, 46.23. Yeah. And it will be this point you can take because it's exactly on the line. Yeah, it's exactly on the line x equals 2y. That's why you can take this. Okay, it's not outside the line, right? It's not outside the shaded region. It's on the line, and if it's on the line, boleh. And also this is a solid line. Okay, yeah, solid line memang boleh ambil point yang dekat solid line. But I will not take this. I will take 4624 because it's much more maximum, right? And why I take 4624? Because this is also on the line, and this is this is the maximum point. So this is the point I will use actually. Okay, 4624. Okay, okay. I know in the schema they use 4623, right? But I will follow my working here. I will not follow the schema. Okay, I think it should be 4624 because is you will end up with because this 4624 satisfy the shaded region. It's inside the shaded region. Yeah, it satisfies, and also it gives you a higher fees. It gives you a higher answer compared to 4623. That's why I end up choosing this, right? So now my job is to ganti this one into the formula. So to get the maximum fees, the soalan ask for maximum, right? Yeah, maximum, maximum total fees. It will be 120x plus 100y. Oh, excuse me. And the xy you sub with the maximum point just now, 4624. Okay? Okay, so 4624. So I repeat one more time. In the schema, they actually use 4623. Okay, but but I will stick to my working. Okay, I will stick to this. So 120 times 46 plus 100 times 24, RM 7920. Okay, so you just have to remember one thing. When the coordinate is like susah untuk baca, ataupun when you baca you get decimal, then you have to take another point that is near to the bucu lah, and you will always choose the coordinate yang dalam shaded region. And also if they want maximum, you always choose yang lebih lebih kanan lebih atas. You faham? Lebih kanan atas. That is why between these two, I choose 4624 because 4624 is more at the atas kanan. Okay, yeah, because this one is like atas dia. So obviously the 4624 will give you a higher answer compared to 4623. That is why I don't want to follow the schema. That's why I take this, right? Okay, I hope you understand my explanation, and I think finished already. I finished the whole paper already. So kertas peperiksaan tamat. Okay, so I'll see you next video. If you find this video helpful, subscribe to my channel. All right. Okay, bye bye.